Boys in space. Who's that little man sitting on the tin can in the corner with a fan?
It's Jess.
It's Jess. Who's that girl? It's David Bowie.
David Bowie.
David Bowie. About the gnomes in space.
You actually do that really well.
Thank you. It's because I watched so much Flight of the Conchords, and in that one episode, they literally sing the song "Bowie's in Space," and they're like, "Bowie's in space."
It's so good. I actually started watching it the other day because I found an old hard drive.
Ooh.
And then on this hard drive was literally 2 seasons of Flight of the Conchords in 360p, dude.
Right. Best decision you've ever made.
I don't think you can find HD versions of those episodes, dude.
So they recorded that in, I want to say like 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
Roughly, if I'm not mistaken.
It must be because I think you're right because I think season 2 came out when I was in varsity.
Yeah. So, and you're a bully. So yeah.
Back in 1989.
Just like when Stones
Year of our Lord.
Yeah, when Stones wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah, we didn't have stones, we just had sand.
Oh, get out of here. Fucking Soul Kersner. But thank you. How are you? Welcome to the podcast.
Good. Dude.
Listen, I listened to our most recent podcast because I'm such a narcissist and I love the sound of my own voice. I listened to the start of it like 3 times and I was like, fuck, I sang that song a lot actually, eh? Make me sweat.
And then it was so funny.
The whole time I was just like, yo, but how do we start these things every time? Just like chaos.
I just love because one of us just presses record.
Yeah, like out of nowhere.
Even
the one with the dodgy milkshakes. It was just like mid-conversation. Cool. We're just starting.
I think it's like our mini game is like whoever presses record first, like kind of wins.
Yeah.
Like you did it when we were playing the cricket.
Yeah, exactly.
Or when we were watching
the cricket. Yeah, and everybody was just watching the cricket. That was the Super M's.
Oh, what did he fuck?
Oh, no.
It was funny. Roshka was listening to this the other day while she was watching my stream.
Yeah.
She's like, yes, as you speak about Drake's, what did she call
Drake's
it?
deal.
Yeah, she called it, I can't even remember what she called it, but she's like, oh, it's Trill. You're like, you speak about Drake's Trill a lot. Eh?
A lot,
like,
actually.
We did.
So today...
And we still didn't cover like 10% of its growth, dude.
No, we didn't even just cover the foreskin. That's the wild part. Because like today as well, I had to fast forward through the first 30 minutes to get to the part where I actually wanted to listen from because we spoke about Drake's bill for 30 minutes. Literally. Let's not do that again tonight.
I was going to say we're going down that road.
Look at us. We're improving.
Look at us.
Look at us. Who would have thought? Hey? How are you? How's your week?
It's been interesting, man. I took a break from Twitter.
Yes. Yeah. How's that going?
It's been so good, dude. Twitter, I feel like Twitter's my default. Like
yes.
I was saying to you just now that I deleted it off my phone, so there's like this blank space on my homepage. No. And subconsciously,
don't worry, Taylor Swift's going to write her name there soon.
She just has to take a jet between the two app icons there. No, so I keep on pushing that space because it's like just subconscious.
Yeah,
I feel
it's like muscle memory.
Yeah, I feel like I've realized just how much that was the polyfiller for my day.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly it. Like, I mean, like some people have mobile games, some people have TikTok, other people have Twitter to literally just take up space. So when they're like, I don't want to say when they're done working or taking a break from work, because it's often when you want to disassociate from work that you're like sitting there and you're like, sure, work's a bit hectic. You say chill for 5 minutes, but actually if you wanted to chill for 5 minutes, you shouldn't touch your phone. Yeah. This is, I think, something very, very, very something important there. Something very important is that when you want to disassociate, you shouldn't grab your phone.
Yeah.
So it should always be just like, cool, I'm going for a walk. Just like a 10-minute walk. It doesn't matter if you're just fucking walking to a fridge and back, like you do when you're studying to check if the food magically like reappears in the fridge.
If the food fairy had been there.
Oh, look, it's back. Yay. Food fairy, what are you doing here?
Put some delicious treats in your fridge.
Zimzalabum, here's your tin.
Tin of condensed milk.
But yeah, so that's it. Like you grab your phone instinctively and you either go onto TikTok, go onto the Instagram, go onto Twitter. Facebook, not so much anymore. I only use Facebook for Marketplace. And then, or you go into like mobile games sort of thing. Some people also do that with Twitch. It's like force of habit that they disassociate on Twitch quickly. And yeah, like you say, it's muscle memory. That
Dude,
like every time you just like, you looked and you're like, well, let me just check. And this is like sort of what we were talking about, is like setting intentions for actually going onto Twitter. So are you going there to look for cuck, or are you going there to check up on your friends' content? Like, so like if you go on Twitter, are you searching your friends specifically or those that you follow? So there's the difference between your For You page and your following page.
Yes.
And I think because we were stuck with a For You page for so long, we forget that there's actually a following page.
Yeah. And like going back to what you're saying there, I got to a point where I was going onto Twitter to look for shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I realized that on Monday.
Yeah.
Because I went on there and there were the attacks in Rafah and in Palestine and stuff, and I was just so I was just upset, dude.
Yeah.
I was so angry that like people, like life was just carrying on.
Yeah.
But here's like people in the last place that they can be safe in Palestine just being fucking bombarded with bombs and killed. And there's the first image I saw on Twitter on Monday was the pictures of like remains of a child that was stuck to a wall. And I was like, that was me, dude. I was just so fucking angry, dude.
And that's the thing.
And then I was looking for shit. And then like the thing is, like I was looking for shit for a while. And it just kind of grew on me. Like I was just becoming a gross person, or somebody that I didn't recognize. And like I needed to get, it was like my escape. Like I'd go in there, I'd argue with other football fans because I thought it was fucking hilarious. Yeah. Especially when Arsenal won a game. I'm an Arsenal supporter.
Yeah,
so
against
like
Chelsea.
Like Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool people hated it. So I would go and I'd comment.
But it's like the Nigerian films as well. But it's like when Nigeria beat South Africa, the next day Twitter was ablaze with Nigerian fans just calling us shit. And then eventually the South Africans were like, okay, well then why are you in our country? Go home, dude. If it's so cool there. And then when
that's a whole nother conversation, dude.
But then when they got fucked up by Ivory Coast, then all of a sudden, all quiet on the Western Front. Nothing's fucking happening.
Yeah, so was that. There was also shit people that we spoke about last week. We don't have to speak about that anymore. But I was finding myself trying to find what they were saying, like trying to see what they were doing the whole time. So I was just feeding the algorithms with shit, like signals, and the algorithms were giving me what I wanted. And like this is a big realization. Is like if you go to your For You page, that is exactly what Twitter thinks that you want to see. And that's because you keep on interacting with content similar to what you're seeing.
And that's even like opening tweets. That's the problem. People are like, oh, well, I didn't like it, so I'm not going to interact with it. No.
If you open a tweet, view time, dude.
Exactly.
That's
view time
going through to their profile, looking through their tweets, opening tweets, checking through the comments, retweet. Like all of those are bigger signals. Like if you think about it in this way, this is how I explain for like any algorithm for a platform. Whatever's keeping you on that platform the longest is what they reward the most. Exactly. So if somebody's clicking onto your profile, if somebody's clicking on your profile and going through things, it's a massive, massive benefit to the platform to keep on promoting your platform, your profile, because people are obviously spending time on it. Yeah. So anything that keeps you on that platform for a long time, they're just going to keep on promoting things like that. So I was feeding the algorithm with really terrible signals the whole time. I went to an emergency therapy session. I was due for my therapy session on Monday, and it was just like it's
much needed.
Oh my God. It was like I messaged my therapist. She's like, are you coming through? I'm like, I'm so excited for a therapy session. She's like, I'm fucking scared, dude. Like, I was like, I'll be scared.
I don't like it when people say that.
That's weird. So like she explained two things. She's like, one thing, you're experiencing compassion fatigue. So compassion fatigue, the easiest way I can explain this is that if you are like, I've always had an open forum for anybody, or like open channels, so that anybody can reach out to me. We can discuss their problems. I'm there to keep people company, give them a distraction, or just have a chat, So compassion fatigue is like just constantly going through, like constantly listen to other people's problems and like never really dealing with your own, and like over time, like it's a genuine fatigue. It's a psychological thing. And the second thing was what did I call it?
Not vicarious
trauma. That's it. Yes.
Is it vicarious?
Yes, vicarious trauma. So, She explained it to me this
trauma
way.
even.
Yeah, she explained it to me this way, saying like, if you're in traffic and you see some guy get mowed down by a truck, would you be traumatized? I'm like, of course. She's like, well, what makes a difference between seeing that online?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. The first thing I saw when I opened up Twitter on Monday was this little girl. And being a parent now, it's just like even
it doubles up.
It's horrible, man. So yeah, like I wanted to take a break from Twitter this week. I was like, I just need to regain. And like now when I regain, I can, when I like return to Twitter on Monday, I can just be very intentional with the signals I'm feeding the algorithms.
Yeah.
I want my timeline to be a lot healthier.
Yeah.
A lot more congruent to being happier during my week, you know.
I think an important thing about that though is that I think a lot of people often mistake that for ignorance.
Yeah.
So it's not about denying the issues that are there and denying the issues that are going on and not speaking out about it. Because I think that's the problem, is that a lot of people then say, okay, well, I'll just remove those words from my feed, you know, and then the problem is it's almost like a bit of an ostrich effect where you're sticking your head in the sand and you're like, cool, I'm going to ignore everything. It's more about, yes, you can view those things, but don't dwell on them, or try not to dwell on them. Don't is a very strong word in terms of saying, oh, it's like a fucking command, but it's more in the sense of try not to dwell on it, in the sense of that it starts affecting you. And when it does start affecting you, realize that you have to step back from it. I think that's the important thing. And that goes with anything. Like that goes with conversations, with addictions, with TV, or even things like that, because they become sort of coping mechanisms as well. And it's like you were saying, by default you were going on to Twitter, by default people do other things, and then you can see if that's starting to get in the way of your emotional sort of happiness, and or it's getting in the way of your mental fatigue sort of thing. Oh no, sorry, not mental fatigue, your mental fortitude essentially. Then no, you have to sort of take a step back, and it's okay to take a step back.
It's so okay, man.
It's so okay,
healthy.
But that's exactly it. I think the problem is people feel guilty for taking a step back because those people can't take a step back from that trauma, if that makes sense. And I think that's also kind of what you might have been feeling, because you it's almost like, and I also sort of had this thought during the week, is that like you're constantly trying to fight for something that seems like it doesn't have an end.
Yeah, dude.
And
you couldn't have hit the nail on the head any more than that.
So you're constantly fighting, and then I think that's where the fatigue comes in, because it's this demotivation of, is there actually ever going to be an end?
You turn around and you're like, am I fucking crazy, dude?
Yeah.
Am I fucking
Are you the only one?
Is it me, dude? Is it me that's upset? Like, am I stupid for being upset that over 12,000 children have died? Like, am I a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
Because I feel like an idiot. Like the way that everybody else carries on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like, what world are we living in that during like the NFL, they run like an ad? Like
for Israel.
For Israel, and then they bomb Rafah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like it just fucked me up a lot, dude. Like I was super fucked up. And then I said to my therapist, I'm like, I don't want to run away from this, because I feel like if I'm not saying something, then I'm complicit. Like I've got a voice that people are listening to. And if I'm not saying something, then am I helping the wrong side? And she's like, you know your truth. And she kept on saying that. And it took me a long time to kind of like digest what she was really saying. But you know
where you stand.
You know where you stand. You know where your heart is. You know what's right and wrong through your eyes. Just because you're taking a bit of a break from it doesn't mean that you're stopping believing that, or your truth has changed.
Exactly. So I think that's important, because it's realizing that you've fought, you've done sort of what you can from where you are, just short of, I mean, going there isn't a safe option for you, sort of thing. But like it's the sense of that you know what your truth is, like you said, and you are resolute in that. But you do need 5 minutes so that you can just regain some of your energy and keep your mental sanctity. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I think the people that know where one's intentions are, if they are in a good space, let's put it that way. So if you have good intentions, or the right intentions for the things that you're doing, nobody expects you to share posts every single day.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you look at it sort of as in terms of allyship in the broader spectrum, or in the broader sense of the word, not necessarily in the sort of LGBTQ sense, or the LGBTQIA sense, that allyship, it does demand work, and it does require work, but nobody's going to think you're homophobic or anti-Palestinian if you all of a sudden don't share something for one day, you know, or a week even for that matter, because you know what, you've been part of the conversation from the beginning, you've been part of the conversation, and you've made your voice heard on your stance on this whole conversation. So for somebody not to post during the week, it's not like it's not, everybody's going to be like, oh, well, there he's changed his whole opinion because he hasn't tweeted this whole week, you know, sort of thing.
And I lost my way a little bit on Monday, and that's when I realized, because I think one of my last tweets was saying something like, if you keep on staying quiet on this, then you're complicit. Yeah. Like, I'm not accepting any apologies or like anybody just being quiet anymore. And like, that was me just at the absolute end
of your tether. Yeah.
Because I like, what else do you fucking do? Like, if everybody speaks about it, maybe something happens. I don't know. Like,
well, that's what you hope.
Crazy. It's just like,
that's what the whole idea of Twitter is. That's, I mean,
it's these conversations.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Like when I spoke to Max, my older brother, about Twitter, he's like, oh yeah, I just thought that was just for people to like fucking argue with each other. And no, it's not, because you know the whole thing. And I also I saw a couple of tweets where people were talking about like, well, if Twitter's so shit, why are we still here? Yeah, it's because we don't have another platform that has the same sort of social influence. Yeah,
it doesn't have the same sort of view, that power, that like instant connection and conversation.
But that's exactly it.
I've been trying Threads this week. It's dead.
Yeah.
It's quiet. It's really nice because it's quiet.
Yeah.
But you still got passive. The same
That's
shit,
the problem. It's too passive, because you can share your opinions on there, but the problem is nobody engages with it.
Yeah, and also like people are doing the same. They're doing the same shit that people are doing on Twitter and being successful on Twitter. Yeah, like sharing other people's content. Yeah, baiting people into like pure engagement bait shit. Yeah. Like they're doing all of that. They're doing it on Instagram. So that's all you see, because it's just everybody going like, I want to be the first to do this.
Have you tried to type Chris Farley in the GIF comments? Don't do it. And it's like, everybody's like, shut the fuck up and just delete this post.
Stop, dude. Stop, leave me alone.
Like the first time I was
like, following me, dude.
The first time I was like, Chris Farley's pretty, like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Chris Farley. And then eventually I was like, I see what they're doing. Yeah. You know, and like I got called a couple of times about that. Yeah. But the problem is, like you say, it's this like constant baiting shit. And it's like there's no, how do I call it? There's no pure platform in the terms of that. It'll always be good for a purpose. So Twitter is really good for this purpose of discussion and discourse, and hopefully getting across to someone and changing their ideas on, say, if they have shit opinions. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
But I mean, my reach and stuff is really good on there. That's why I'm so vocal, is because I feel like I could have voiced it. Other people will be saying the same thing and they get no reach. And like, let me amplify that, dude. These are real issues. These are the things that I believe are wrong as well. So let me say something about it.
Exactly. And if that's your belief,
as a fucking Twitter, white male as well, who for some stupid reason has more like more people listen to than anything else. Like it's really fucking dumb, dude.
No, but that's the problem. It's like so that's also like my thing. I'm a very awkward person in the sense of that, like, even if we go to a funeral of somebody that we know, I'm still like, hello, how are you? You know, to the person's wife that's busy crying or something. Yeah. And I'm just like, in the back of my head, I'm like, that fucking shit. Don't ask, this is why I often feel like I don't have an opinion. Well, not that I don't have an opinion, but I feel like whatever I'm going to say is dumb. So I'll rather just take whatever somebody that actually is either living the experience or has a better grasp of what's going on and retweet that with either an input or not even. Yeah. And that's just my personal way of sort of engaging with these things. But still, like you say, it's like nobody will listen to somebody. I saw that TikTok of, there's a comedian. He's a Jewish comedian from New York sort of thing. And he's walking through, what's the main fucking city there in Israel?
Tel Aviv.
He's walking through Tel Aviv, and it's like a quiet night on the street. Nothing's going on, and he's like, "Look at this." He's like, "There's no apartheid. There's no apartheid. What are you talking about? Whatever." And then the dude who stitches his video, or what do you call it? Anyway, reposts his video, duets at that. He's like,
We're
no
old.
ways. You're telling me that a system that was built to empower white New York Zionists has no effect on you? No ways. Tell me more about that, sort of thing. And he's like, go to the West Bank, speak to the people there. Go to anywhere in Palestine and actually speak to the people there, and then see what this whole idea is. And like, it's that.
Yeah, all the videos
bullshit
that the fucking IDF are sharing. I mean,
but that's exactly it.
They're
like
sharing
so
all of their crimes, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Like,
dude.
they're literally,
and I think that's what makes me
themselves.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Is because it's like, how are we not all seeing this shit? Like, this is fucking dumb. But I think that's why they do it. Because they make everybody feel crazy. And when they feel crazy, they stop talking. And like, we got to carry on talking, man.
Yeah. But that's it. You eventually reach this point of almost hysteria where you're like, well, there's nothing else left to do. Yeah. Because you've done everything within your power and still nothing has changed.
Yeah.
And that's it. I think sort of the superpowers of the world that are sort of funding this whole thing are still like against it. They still like, okay, well, if we just carry on for another 2 weeks, people are going to forget, and then you can just fuck the rest of it up.
Well, that's it. I mean, there's so many ways of distracting a distracted audience. Like we're
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You cannot tell me that's not planned.
No.
But we're hyper distracted. Like
society,
hyper distracted. Like anything fucking happens. I'm sick to death of hearing about Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
I'm fucking sick to death of it, dude.
I couldn't care who the fuck she's dating or who's going to be the next album or the next reason why she writes an album.
I'm so like, I've muted that. Yeah. Like, I don't mute many things on Twitter, but so I fucking muted. I'm like, I'm sick of that shit.
I saw an interesting tweet the other day where they were like, white people overestimate the effect of Taylor Swift as a global power sort of thing, because in the white community, Taylor Swift is like fucking massive, 100% in the white like pop girly community. But the problem is, in like the sort of POC community, nobody could give a fuck about who Taylor Swift is.
I fucking align with her.
They can't fucking relate to her. I can't fucking relate to her. Dude, nobody can.
She irritates me, dude. Bro. I'm sorry if you listen to this, Taylor, or any of your fans. Like, I don't think you're bad people, but I can't relate to. I feel like everything she does is cringy as fuck, dude.
So in my mind, nobody should have that much fucking power over anyone.
No, but
even
it's just
Beyonce.
Weird,
this
dude.
is my thing. It's like,
it's a weird power, dude. It's like this obsessiveness. It is cultish.
And it's weird. It's because I don't know.
And people will defend us. Like, people are going to attack us for saying this shit.
Fine.
But that's the most unreal thing, because I've said something on Twitter before and I'm just like, I don't get why she's so popular.
Yeah,
dude. I said that on, I think, a YouTube video. Holy shit, dude. I've never had that many replies or that much interaction or engagement on anything I've ever posted.
Yeah.
And it was just me being fucking berated. I got told that people are going to kill me, dude. Yeah. And I'm just like, I said, I don't understand it.
Difference of opinion
like,
over a singer.
Dude, it is obsessive and it is fucking weird, man. I find it cringy, but I'm not the target market. And we talk about this very often. I'm not the target market. I don't understand it. I'm not trying to understand it.
One cool song with Bon Iver, that Exile.
Yeah, but that was because it was Bon Iver.
But this is the thing. It had good lyrics. It was musically very well done.
Because Bon Iver doesn't make terrible music, dude. So you knew it was going to be good.
One album of his, which is a bit
It was arty, dude. It was.
I don't know.
I mean, he's arty in general, but when he goes arty, it's like, it's very, very like, I don't know.
So refined. In my mind, you get the a cappella Hallelujah. Or Heavenly Father.
Heavenly Father is my favorite.
And then you get that fucking album arty, and I'm like, for me, he should stick to the Heavenly Father stuff, you know.
But I mean, I want to just say, like, on that preference. Point, like, if you guys have not watched Heavenly Father live
in the Sydney Opera House,
by Bon Iver, go and do that, because that is one of the most chilling songs.
And
like,
it's just beautiful, dude. Yeah.
Have you seen when they do the one-on-one? It's like a one-on-one performance where they literally grab a fan out of the audience at a festival, put them in a room, but they don't know who's going to be in there.
Yeah.
And all these people just walk around and stand around like a fucking cult.
Yeah.
And they start like chanting.
Yeah.
And he sits down and he like does a one-on-one. He just sings to her.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's beautiful, dude, because the acoustics in the room, it's so much more powerful. But that live performance, holy shit.
So
dude.
Fun fact now, sort of, on that live performances and human art and stuff like that. I actually learned this, or not learned this, but it was made light to me. I found out about it. It's not a new thing. It's actually quite an old art piece where this person, her and her husband, they are quite famous live art performers. Thank you. Sorry, I don't know why I had a fucking aneurysm.
Don't know why you closed your one eye. I was worried, dude. I was hoping it would open again.
Toast, yeah. But
just raise your arms quickly for me. Let me just see. Yeah, both his arms are going up. He's good. No, good. Can you smile? Yep, we're good. I mean, that's your normal smile, dude.
So we're safe. Performers. So they are live art performers. So that means they use their body as art pieces. So there's like a brief example of the one is the one where the guy walks up the stairs and then he falls on the trampoline and then he jumps back up and then he climbs a little bit further and then he falls back down. So it's that whole idea of continuation, daily motion, whatever.
Smooth, so beautiful. Yeah.
So Tom York, fun fact, is also one of the best in the world at this. And anyway, but I'm digressing now. That was just part of the music thing. Fun thing. Go check out his music video, Anima. One of my most favorite performance pieces.
So good.
But anyway, so you're talking about the one-on-one thing, and there's this couple. They were married, got divorced, and they still perform together. Though.
It's on that spinning. Is it on the spinning platform?
No, there is one on that spinning platform though. It's that couple. It is that couple. Yes.
Yes, because it's like they come together and they split apart and then they find comfort in each other.
Exactly.
Dude, beautiful.
So it's a beautiful piece, and that's literally
not
about
one word spoken,
life.
and you like can still feel the entire story. Not even
With that, there's one where they sitting in an art museum, just two chairs, and it says there, sit down in silence for 10 minutes. So you sit down across from this person for 10 minutes. Literally almost to the number, 3 minutes. That other person across the way from them will start crying.
Oh, shit.
And it's just like they don't know. Like because they're not speaking and they're not supposed to speak. So it's this idea of that they're sitting alone with their thoughts. They can't speak to distract themselves. They can't speak to this other person to distract themselves. And this other person, they're obviously either projecting onto this other person in front of them, saying, "Oh, they look sad," whatever. And then it's just this emotional breakdown. And they like 9 times out of 10, these people were just like in this thing crying and then laughing hysterically and just going through this like wave of emotions.
That's so trippy.
And it's like you, I can't remember. I think it's not the one-on-one experiment, but I'll find it and what it's called because it's a stunning experiment.
But I love that psychological art, dude, because that's psychological art. There's like I guess like a priming up to the point where you're emotionally like vulnerable because nothing's happening for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So you let everything go and you're just like comfortable, and all of a sudden a raw emotion comes through.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, but that's exactly it because you're sitting with yourself. That's the thing.
That's powerful, dude.
Quickly find.
That's really cool.
Okay. But yes, you wanted to talk about a lot of things. What did you learn this week? Now that you spent your celibacy off of Twitter.
Who the hell is my phone?
Bum just came back a new man. He's literally like a Buddhist monk that disappeared to the fucking Himalayas for.
Dude, can I tell you how much shit I've done this week? So like I'm making what I call like a content creator blueprint, right? And I've done it on Trello, and I basically mapped out like all of the things I cover in business coaching, but I've tailored it to content creators. So it goes through everything from like establishing your brand all the way to like your unique selling proposition, your unfair advantage, things like that. It just goes on and on and on. And so there's like, I think on this, there's about 12 different columns. And those are different subjects. Yeah. So it can be like problem, solution, etc., etc. And each of those has 6 points on it which has like an exercise. And I've been writing articles for each of those. So in total, there's about 72 or 73 articles that I've had to write. This week alone, I've written, I think, about 30 articles because I had time to just sit and
just smash them out.
Yeah, dude, like, man, I've been so hyper productive. I put a podcast out on fucking like every platform. It's now on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Samsung, like wherever you guys are listening.
Send it to your grands and your grandparents.
They can listen now, I assure you.
It's on their hearing aids now. We made sure.
Dude, there's even a thing where you can send it to like Alexa, and Alexa will kind of give you highlights. So if somebody's like, "Oh, what happens in the podcast?" Like it can like
That's
go, "Oh, they
incredible.
speak about this, this, and this." And
Ours
you're
is just going to be a lot of shit talking as well.
They have no idea. But yeah, dude, I've just had so much time to do things. So
That's fucking incredible.
I've been
though.
very
Well
productive.
done, dude.
Yeah. Did you find this thing?
Yes, I did actually. So it's called "I Was Ready to Die," and yeah, it's yes, I can't remember. I'll find the piece for you, but yeah, and it's a lot to try and read through it now, but yeah, it's a lot to try and read through it, but yeah, so I'll send it to you and you can watch it and read about it, but yeah, it's a whole fucking emotional roller coaster and it's fucking
What's it
depressing,
called
but-
so people can search for it?
So it's called I think it's this one. It's "I Was Ready to Die" by Marina Abramovich.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sick. That's really cool. Okay.
I think it's that one. I'll try.
I mean,
and
that'll be
find-
good.
Oh no,
regardless.
sorry, I lie. It is Marina Abramovich, but it's called "A Minute of Silence."
A
That's
Minute
it.
of
It's called "A Minute of
Silence.
Silence."
Okay,
So it's not
sweet.
10 minutes, sorry, a minute. But they were saying like
So-
generally over that minute, people struggle to sit still and quiet for that long,
Yeah,
and then
it's
they actually
difficult.
just break down. Like it's unfucking real.
I mean, sitting
But
with your
yeah.
thoughts for a minute in a hyper kind of stimulated world that we live
Yeah.
in right now is fucking difficult, dude.
Yeah, so she does a lot of these performance arts. So there's one called "Confronting a Stranger" and then "A Minute of Silence." But yeah, if you look for "A Minute of Silence" by Marina Abramovich on YouTube, you'll find it. Yeah, it's very
Sick.
interesting.
Thank you. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I came across a really weird fact this week.
Yes.
And I was like, it doesn't sound true. So I want to read this fact out to you. So it says that
So do I have to guess whether it's true? Is
No.
this the fact? Okay.
yeah,
okay.
this is a fact.
This is the fact that's true, but doesn't
Yes.
seem true. Okay.
So fir trees can grow inside human lungs.
That is fucking horrifying.
That's horrifying. So here it says a 28-year-old patient named Artyom Sidorkin, I think it is, reportedly inhaled the seed of a fir tree, which had sprouted and grown in his lungs. Doctors thought that they were dealing with a tumor and were stunned when they made the discovery. So I was like, let me look this up.
That sounds like clickbait.
Yeah,
That's
so let me look this up.
clickbait.
So basically, this guy, he, let's see. The incident surfaced in 2009. And this is basically what happened. So 28-year-old from Russia began experiencing severe chest pains, coughing up blood. Given the symptoms, the doctors were concerned that he might have a serious lung infection or more seriously, possibly lung cancer.
Tumor, yeah.
So they're like, okay, let's hoy this guy in for x-rays, and they see a cloud because it's, obviously. So they go, we're probably dealing with a tumor here. So they start operating and they cut and leaves pop out of this hole.
What
and
the fuck?
it's a small fir tree, about 5 centimeters in length, growing. So medical team obviously baffled. It just defies like conventional medical wisdom. The leading theory to explain the phenomenon. Why can't I say that?
Phenomenon.
Centers around inhalation of a fir tree seed, which somehow managed to implant itself in the lung, and then the moist, warm environment of the lung, coupled with the body's nutrient-rich fluids, theoretically could provide a seed with the conditions necessary to germinate and sprout.
That sounds like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, bro.
How fucking crazy,
That's fucked
dude.
up. Like that is what was it? The Happening. Yeah. Was it The Happening?
Yeah, it was
where
something
the
like that.
trees like killed everyone
Yeah, dude.
and it like made everybody commit suicide.
Yeah, it was something weird like
That's
that.
the start of The Happening.
But how crazy is that, dude? Imagine
That's
you start
fucked up,
coughing up
dude.
blood and stuff in here. I mean, is that?
Hey?
I guess there's a bit of a relief,
Jesus.
right? Because it's not cancer. It's
yeah,
like not
sure,
a tumor.
but it's a tree.
But then,
like, how do you let it get 5 centimeters big though? Like if you think about
5
it, 2
centimeters
inches
is
inside
big,
your
dude.
chest, that's
more than
large,
enough, woman.
dude. Yeah, especially if it's in your chest.
especially if it's
But yeah, I mean,
The
growing
width.
inside you. We're talking about penises again.
shout out to my
phone
boy
Drake.
Drake, dude. Drizzy.
Yeah, thanks, Rishka. for making us self-aware. But yeah, like 5 centimeters, that's 2 inches for those of you that believe in washing machines as a measurement. I mean, that's fucking unreal, dude, because like a whole fir tree, like for those of you that don't know, a fir tree is a type of conifer or evergreen. So it's part of the conifer family. So like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Imagine you got a 5 centimeter big little Christmas tree growing inside you.
Would you decorate it, dude? Would you? So here's my question to you.
Deck your lungs with bells of holly. Fa la 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 la.
Like now they operate, they get it out. Do you ask for it, dude? So that you can plant that shit.
I'd fucking keep
Be
that
like, that's
shit.
my lung tree. That's my son.
Yeah, that's my lung.
I gave birth to that.
Yeah, that's my lung tree.
That's my son.
Give it back.
Don't speak to me or my tree ever again.
Bronchioli. That's his name now.
Bronchiolitis.
Bronchitis. Yeah. Bronchitis. Leave us alone. Leave us alone in peace.
This is my son, Russell.
Yes. He set roots down in me.
So,
we've got deep roots.
Stop.
That's fucking wild.
Crazy, dude.
I can't believe that. Like I've heard about weird shit. Of course,
it's a Russian dude as well.
Yeah,
right?
like I've heard about weird shit, like people getting shot in the head with an arrow and it splits their brain and they don't die.
Yeah.
And like that's super fucking plausible. 99% in like it's 99% plausible, but it's not going to happen every single time. Let's be honest. But a fucking fir tree growing inside a human, that freaks me out. Like imagine how many times you've walked on a mushroom and the mushrooms try to grow in your foot. Oh, next time you shit mushrooms without having eaten any, think about it.
Think about it.
Shower thoughts.
Okay, so this put me onto a little game that I want to play with you. Where I'm going to read you a fact. You got to tell me if it's. You got to tell me if it's true.
Okay.
Or false. Okay.
Fact or fiction.
Fact or fiction. Okay, so the first fact is that humans can taste water like it tastes sweet, sour, salty, and bitter flavors. So while okay, wait, yeah. That's what I'm going to tell you.
So
it's a separate taste too.
Yeah, so I don't think it's water as much as it is the calcium and salts and the minerals in the water that we can taste. Because like Nestle is fucking dog shit. Stop bottling that stuff.
Dude,
please.
that tastes fucking weird.
It tastes like chlorine. Just drink the tap water if you like chlorine. Nestle. If you like Nestle water, drink the tap water, please. Because it's just got chloramines in. Stop it.
It's literally just chloride.
Like we've got
people are like, oh, it tastes so sweet. I'm like,
no,
that's killing you.
Yeah, literally, it just tastes like chloramines. Stop it. So I think that's true. I think we do have a separate taste for water.
So while water does have a taste, claims that humans have a specific taste receptor for water is exaggerated.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I was wrong. What do I get?
Get a punch in the throat, dude. Get a kick drop.
We need a
settle down.
That's a lot. Okay, so the next fact. I'm not gonna read these in any specific order.
Well, now you just said it's a fact, so it's true.
Wombat feces are cube shaped.
Yes, that's actually that I do believe.
Do you know why?
No, because they've got a cube shaped anus. They've got a heart-shaped box.
As they shit out there, like they put their finger over their pupil so it can make the one side. Imagine. It's like, I got the back here. Something needs to shape it flat in the front.
Cube.
Pubix cube. Yeah, so it is true. So wombats can produce approximately 80 to 100 cubes of poop each night. Yeah. Same, dude.
Please note that cube of poop is not the same as a metric cube, as in like a ton of poop.
No. And the shape helps the feces not roll away. So that's fucking cool. But no, there's a reason. So it marks a territory and attracts mates with its distinctive shape and smell. So each wombat's poo smells different.
Oh.
Roses really smell like poo, poo, poo.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, eh?
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
If you, quick digression, if you could choose what scent your poo would be for the rest of your life, what would it be? This is also for Rushka, because she spoke about having farts that smell great.
Yeah,
in a stream recently.
Because the thing is, right, like like if you say like KFC smells really good. Shmee. The KFC smells really good. Yeah, it does when there's food.
When it's chicken. Yes.
Yeah. But if it's not chicken, then it smells fucking awful.
Then it's poo because you're like, oh yeah. Like,
that smells like Zinger wings. Yeah, farted, dude. Then you're fucking gross, dude.
So like at baby showers when people are like, oh, we're gonna put fucking Nutella in a nappy and make him change the nappy and it's gonna look like
sif, dude.
Your mind is instantly like, that is shit. You can smell the chocolate, but you're like, that is turd.
So actually. Can I tell you like one of the things?
So I choose something like a pawpaw. A poo-paw, I guess.
Oh, like a mango, dude.
No, I like mango. That's the problem.
Oh, so I
don't like pawpaw, but it's a pleasant smell.
I get it.
Like it's a pleasant smell, but it's also like I wouldn't.
I want to like rest on. You said this whole Nutella and nappy thing. What we used to, we got called into the principal's office for doing like initiation to our water polo boys.
Yeah.
We just clapped them with a slop and shaved their heads and shit.
Classic.
Yeah, classic, dude. I got initiated like 2 or 3 times and I never mind about it. But one of the ex-mothers did because the kid couldn't sit. And that's not my fault. And also I'm not advocating violence. Yeah, sure. Like whoever hit that went a little bit over.
Idiot, yeah.
But the principal, instead of like scolding us, he's like, guys, I get it. I went to an all-boys school. I understand. But if you're going to do something like rather mark their mind than their body. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, no, we got a really good one. So what you do is you take a potty, okay, and you fill it with like Oros, okay, but make it weak so it looks like wee. And then you put lunch bars, many lunch bars in it, and you leave it in the sun for a bit. And everybody that comes in there, somebody must be pulling up their pants. And then they say they must come and take a sip. And he says, it doesn't matter if you know what's in there or not.
Yeah.
He says, I promise you, none of you guys will pick up and take a sip from that just to show.
No ways.
And it's like...
Also, because chocolate and orange is a horrible combination.
It really is. But it's the mind thing,
mental thing.
It's the mind thing.
It's a mental game. It's like, like if you convince somebody that a block of ice is actually a piece of coal, and you put it on their skin, they'll burn. Their skin will welt up because they think it's a natural reaction for their body. They're like, oh, protection.
Well, they even do that. There's that experiment. There's 2 experiments that come to mind. One is like where you tell somebody that this water is steaming hot and you pour ice water on their hand. They'll feel like they get a burn.
Yeah.
The other is that experiment where they've got a fake hand. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Fake hand next to their hand, but it's like their hand is blocked out, and they take like a brush and they brush your hand and this fake hand at the same time.
Yes.
And your body starts like kind of thinking that this is now your arm. It's like a phantom arm experiment. Then they take out a hammer and fucking hit it. And people scream, dude. They feel the pain.
Yeah.
Because it's like your mind is like, that's my fucking arm, you asshole.
Your mind is so powerful, it's dumb.
It's crazy.
At the same time.
It is so dumb, dude.
It's so dumb, but so good.
I hate it.
Okay, back to
digress.
the wombat shit.
Okay, a day in Venus is longer than a year in Venus.
I'm gonna... What? A day in... This is some... I'm gonna... Can I phone a friend?
A day in Venus?
Can I phone a friend?
Who are you gonna call?
I want to phone that chump that acted in Interstellar. What's his name?
Matthew McConaughey.
Bradley Cooper. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey. Hi.
All right.
So,
a day in Venus is longer than a year in Venus.
So in my mind, okay, so if we look at what a day is, so a year is one circumference around the sun, one trip around the sun. A day is one turnaround on its axis. Look, I know the space does weird shit like that, but I don't think Venus travels that fast, so I'm going to say that's no.
So it's actually true. These are crazy, dude. So Venus completes an orbit around the sun faster than it completes a rotation on its axis. So you nailed those things. That was really impressive. It takes Venus about 225 Earth days to orbit the sun, but about 243 Earth days to complete one rotation.
Okay, to be fair, I was thinking Venus doesn't fly fast enough to cross a day in 24, like to go around the sun. There's no way that Venus has a year in 24 hours.
Yeah. So, no, fair enough.
So I tricked myself there, but 100%. Okay, no, that I can, I believe that,
Okay.
That's wild.
Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire.
Yes, this I actually know. This I know because when we were in Mexico, when we were there at Chichen Itza, they were like, oh yeah, by the way. And I was like, that sounds highly implausible. And I did a bunch of research about it. It's actually very interesting. Yeah.
So
but it's true.
It's true. Yeah. Oxford has been around since at least 1096, the year 1096, making it the oldest university in the English-speaking world. In contrast, the Aztec civilization began with the founding of Tenochtitlan. What's that?
Tenochtitlan. Yeah.
In 1325. So almost, what's that, like 200 years, 150 years later?
Because you must
130
remember
years
the
later?
Aztecs isn't the oldest
No.
Mesoamerican empire. Eh? You've got the Olmecs. So generally it goes Olmec, Zapotec, Aztec, Mayan. The Mayan and the Aztecs were pretty around the same time, and they fucked each other up because they were the most aggressive sort of clans. But yeah, that's pretty fucking hectic.
It's pretty hectic. This one I thought would be easy.
Okay, hit me.
But it's actually not. So the Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure visible from the moon.
No. Oh, from space, it's not, because you can see the pyramids of Giza. Man-made structure. So pyramids of Giza you can see from space, as well as the Great Wall of China. But I'm gonna say you can't see it from the moon. You can see it from space, but not the moon.
So yeah, I was just trying to trick you with the way that I was saying shit, but you can't see it.
Yeah, anything's pretty visible as long as you've got a big enough telescope, you know. Even my penis.
So it's a common myth. The Great Wall of China is not visible from the moon with the naked eye. In fact, from that distance, no specific human-made object is visible without aid.
Yeah, because how do you see something that's flat?
Yeah, you can't see anything.
On a flat Earth.
Yeah, you can't see anything. This one.
Trick me with your words, man.
Okay. If you hold in farts long enough, the gas can be reabsorbed and come out of your mouth.
So I don't know if I believe this, but I've always had that thought of like, I've held in a fart. I'm going to be honest. I've held in a fart before in dire situations, like a lecture. And then I've been like, but where does it go?
Where does the poop go? We want to know.
Jack Black, tell us. Because you obviously listen to this. But yeah. No, so my thing is that like, I don't think it gets reabsorbed and comes out your mouth. I do think it's possible for some of the gases to get reabsorbed in your stomach somewhere or in your colon. But also, your body's getting rid of it because it's done absorbing what it needs to from it. So I'm going to say no.
So it is actually a fact. So it's actually right, yeah.
What?
I don't have any further details on that.
Then I don't know if
it's
I believe
actually. You can look it up. I actually want to know more about this, but I didn't dig into it anymore.
I'll Google it tonight. That's going to be my night reading.
The last one.
Okay.
Before we move on to a different topic, the air you breathe in a train station. I guess this is more America than here, maybe.
Yeah.
No, it will be kind of the same.
Yeah.
The air you breathe in a train station is 15% human skin.
So I actually think it's more than that, because I know general dust that you have in your household is 70% human skin. Human skin.
So you've nailed it. So it says if you think leaving a train station will save you from inhaling skin, just know that 80% of the floating specks you see in a sunbeam are also skin. So when you see those like relaxing scenes in like a lo-fi music video or something, dude, know that's human
gross.
skin.
That's
dude.
people.
That is human skin.
That's pieces of people. That's DNA. That's gross.
That's so
Fuck,
gross.
It makes me want to go take a shower right
It's
now.
so gross. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these other facts they weren't that great.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to read between a couple, but tell me your thoughts.
So like with that one, the 15% human skin. I thought it was going to be about the air that you recycle, so that you recycle X amount of breaths per year. Because a fun fact, they claimably back in the day, it used to be that you drink the same glass of water 7 times a year. When when the water systems used to be a lot better and well monitored, you used to drink the same glass of water 7 times a year. If you think about it,
especially if you vomited back in.
Yeah, exactly. Because you pee it out. And then but this one's got lumps. It's a smoothie now. It came in as water and it started as water and then came out as a smoothie.
That's crazy.
Okay, so my fun fact for this week was recently we've been watching a lot of the weightlifting stuff, obviously just out of interest. And
you're weightlifting yourself, you're powerlifting.
Fair enough. No, not powerlifting.
Are you not powerlifting?
No, I don't powerlift. I do the Olympic lifting, which is the clean and jerk and the snatch And
Yeah, but you lifted really powerfully.
thanks.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the way you throw that shit into the roof is crazy. Dude.
No, listen, I almost knocked myself out at some point, I'm sure. But powerlifting is when you do squat, deadlift, and bench. Okay, so SBD, the brand, is literally squat, bench, deadlift.
Oh, sweet.
So over this last weekend, they had what they call the Sheffield IRF Raw World Records. And what that is they take like the top 12 strongest men and top 12 strongest women in their respective weight categories. So they'll take, I think, 2 to 3 of each weight category, depending on how many lifters there are in that category. So like there was one guy that lifts 120 plus, as in his weight is 120 plus. And then there was like 3 guys in the 93 category, 2 guys in the 105 category, sort of thing. Anyway.
Okay. Are these people that travel from all over the world?
Yeah, all over the world.
They're like the champions.
America,
like these
Mexico.
are like the biggest, the best of the best.
Yeah, French Guyana, from Australia, New Zealand. It's like some of them are like arbitrary countries, but then others are like Australia, New Zealand, Russia, America, sort of like expected countries because of like just their gym and lifting culture. So the crazy thing is that there is a guy who is now, he was born in 1998, so he is 26 years old, right? Yeah. And how it works is that you go there and you lift against all these other people, but basically what you're actually lifting against is the world record of your total weights. So if you've got, say, for example, if you're in the 71 category for women, the world record will be 300 kilograms. So that means it's 100 bench, 100 deadlift, 100 squats. But
and you can
I'm just
change
using round
it any
numbers.
way. Like
No. Yeah. So you can. So if
you
that's
can
say
do
what the world
200
record
squat
is,
and 50 this and
yeah.
Okay.
So you don't. So the whole idea of this competition is to take the world record totals and then fucking smash it as much as possible.
Yeah.
So you can take the world record totals, and if you beat the 300 total by 350, that means that you get then that 15% or whatever it is. So you beat it by 115%.
Yeah, it's like a triathlon of weights.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So the whole idea is that you're actually competing against the world record and not necessarily against the other people in the weight divisions.
Okay.
But it also gives the people that are in the 93 division a good chance of beating the dude in 120 plus division, which is literally what happened. Because
it's all percentage of the
because it's percentage based. So the dude in 120 will clean up on weights technically, but percentage wise, because of the world records, he doesn't clean up, sort of thing.
Yeah, okay, that's quite cool. I like
some of the fun weights.
Do people then
around,
do people shred weight to be in a lower class?
Yeah, 100%. It gets that tactical. So like with the fighting, like the guys will drop weight categories then to be in a lower weight because they know they lift heavier.
But there's obviously a sacrifice. You do.
Yeah, there is a trade-off. Yeah, there is
a
trade-off. Yeah,
that's insane.
But you just got to be clever about it. So this guy Jesus Oliveres from America,
call him what he is, man. Jesus.
Well, he weighs 120 plus. So if I'm not mistaken, his weight was 180 kilos. He's a fucking big motherfucker. 26 years old.
How much did you say he weighs?
180.
180.
Yeah, 180.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, he's a large chap. Look at that video.
Holy shit.
Dude,
look at his, is that his neck? No, he doesn't have a neck. That's his face.
Yeah, that's just his head.
His face looks like his neck.
Dude, he is a Goliath of a human.
Oh my God, he is huge.
So he, over this weekend, broke the world record. So this is the heaviest lift ever back squat, basically, in IPF or IWF.
My God. Is that just a back squat weight?
Just his back squat is 478 kilograms. So for those of you that measure in freedom units, that's 1,053 pounds.
That's like 1.5 Drake dicks, dude.
A whole roller ice cream.
Bro, that's fucking insane. 478 back squat.
Kilogram back squat, dude. I'll play it here just so that you can see. And it's not like a little squat. Like he breaks 90, dude. That is fully all the way down. He doesn't even struggle. Like that is just a straight drive, dude. 26 years old.
I hate him, dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I got nothing to hate. I love that oak. I'll kiss that oak on his neck, dude.
So for this, he got like some of the heaviest lifts, except for his deadlift. So the heaviest deadlift was 380. So he got to 380, but so did the dude in the 93 category. So he won overall, the dude in the 93 category.
After this guy just like
Yeah, because he smashed him on the deadlift percentage. So his back squat was like 400 or something. The dude in the 93.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, this guy weighs 180 and he back squat 478.
478 is just stupid, dude.
Bench presses for 255. That's like the same weight as a Kawasaki Ninja or something stupid.
So
and then he
dumb,
deadlifts 380 kilograms,
oh my
dude.
God. So his
380
total is
kilograms.
1.1 tons,
Yeah,
dude.
1.1 tons, dude. Hey?
Oh my God.
That's his lifts in total. Yeah.
Dude, that's Jesus.
Then that's Jesus for you.
That's Jesus.
My man. Then the female one. Oh yeah. So the woman, she won in the 69 category with a total of 600 kilogram total.
Dude, that is insane.
600 kilogram total, literally 10 times her body weight. Right.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, so she got
even if you
world
split that
record,
into 3, it's like,
but that's a 200, 200, 200. Even if you break that up into 3,
dude, that's a lot.
that's a fuckload.
Bench
dude.
press 200. Yeah, no, dude.
It's a fuckload. And
So what
then,
did she lift in each of those?
I'm not actually sure. It doesn't say here, but I can find that out. But then the men, the dude who won, his name's Gustav Hedlund from, he's also 93, comes from Norway, I think. He got a total of 895.
Oh my God.
And he weighs 93. That's also almost 10 times his body weight, dude.
It's insane.
Imagine you totaling lifting 10 times your body weight. So yeah, so that chick, yeah, like I say, Agata Sitko is her name. Yeah,
It's
600.
never like just a standard English person,
Yeah,
dude.
Emily Howard. It's never. Don't worry. From America in the Olympic lifting, Olivia Reeves is coming through. She currently is 21 years old. Weighs 71 kilograms, back squats 200 and something stupid. I back squat 200. And I'm a grown ass man. And
Full grown baby.
Individual, this young youth individual
Bloody
is coming through. And yeah, she is fucking dominating. She's taking the weightlifting scene by storm because just of how strong she is. So she's going to smash world records.
That is nuts.
So yeah, so Paris 2024 weightlifting is going to be crazy to watch because there's like 3 or 4 weightlifters that are priming to break world records. And when I mean priming, so currently Lasha Talkatsov from Georgia,
Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, no, super easy. He's the world record holder for the 109 plus weight division in Olympic weightlifting. He weighs about 135. I've shown you videos of him before though.
Yeah.
He currently snatches 225. So what that guy was bench pressing, he snatches overhead, single movement, squat snatch. And he
you showed me this, dude. He looks like he's got like a full on beard and shit. Like
and a full on boop as well. That disappears when he clean and jerks. And when he clean and jerks, it's 268 kilograms.
Oh my God.
268 kilograms too.
That's so much.
Clean, score like into a squat, stand up, and then press it overhead. 268 kilos.
Dude, I don't think people understand how complex those movements are because like the clean I understand has been like that's a lot easier than,
so that's where a lot of people are like, oh well, how come powerlifters can lift so much?
I mean, it's
and you like
leg drive
because it's literally just down and up. I'm not taking anything away from movements.
No.
In themselves, they are tough movements. But that's why they only bench 250 and not 400 because it's a more dynamic movement. So you've got these dynamic movements. The clean and jerk, you must remember, is literally 4 movements. So you've got your initial pull into your second pull, into your clean, into a squat. Then it's standing up. Then you have to re-rack if you lose your grip. And then you've got to then push this thing overhead and squat underneath.
That's dude, because there's a bit of legs, right? There's a little bit of legs on that.
No, there's a lot of legs. You must remember that you rely on your legs and your hips to get you through this.
But that's a lot of shoulders as well, dude. Like your shoulders
to hold that weight overhead, 260 odd kilos to hold that overhead.
That's disgusting.
That's unfucking real, dude. And that's it. Like people don't understand. And everybody's like, oh yeah, but powerlifters are so much stronger. And they're like, yeah, but that's because you're literally standing up while holding onto a weight.
It's
not taking anything away from it.
No.
I understand deadlifts are shit. I know because I'm so like to put it in perspective. I've got a deadlift of 200 and a back squat of 200. Front squat of 150.
That's huge.
That was testing at the end of December last year. So now I'm my goals for the end of the year are back squat of 250, deadlift 260, because I want to sort of get that ratio right, and a front squat of 200. That's what I'm aiming for.
That's crazy, dude.
But yeah, I mean, I'm still 220 kilos off of
total.
the world record for powerlifting.
Gosh.
And that oak's 5 years below me. The nice thing, though, is that I still have my knees. So,
Your niece.
Yeah, my niece. Both of them.
I still got monies.
I still got money. But yeah, it's just wild. Like I say, Paris 2024 is definitely going to be something to watch for Olympic lifting. And if powerlifting interests you, there's a lot more rules than I thought there were initially, but it's unreal. Like the human body is so unrelenting in certain mindsets. Almost like, so we were talking about Ronnie Coleman, like almost to the degree where it's detrimental to you.
Yeah.
So you have to find that happy medium of where you can push your body to a limit where you're not going to destroy yourself.
Well, this is the interesting thing, because I came across that Ronnie Coleman video where you're struggling to get onto stage. And if you guys search it, I think I found it on TikTok, just randomly on the For You page. But easily. He's undergone, what did they say, 7 or 9 back hops?
13.
13 back
13
hops.
back hops, and that's including fusions and whatnot.
So he's fucked. He's super fucked. But I came across an interview where they're like, would you have changed anything? He said, not a chance. He's like, if I could pick up a weight and lift it now, I'd go for my 14th op sort of thing, but it's like, it's a pursuit of pushing the human condition, man.
So like there's a fine line, and so in lifting, the guys often talk about equipped lifting, where it's actually just like a pseudonym for steroids. So there's a lot of so in the powerlifting community and in the strongman community, there's a certain acceptance of steroid use or substance use in certain circles, not in every circle. I'm going to say that, not in every circle, because I don't want everybody to come after me about that, but in certain circles. So there's literally a section of powerlifters, like a competition of powerlifting, where they're like, steroids are legal.
Yeah.
So that's literally just like, let's fucking go. Let's see what the human body can do, sort of thing. In this regard, in the IWF, IPF, the International Powerlifting Federation, it's illegal. Substances are banned. So if you get caught with a substance, you get banned, sort of thing. So that for me makes sense, because you're pushing your natural ability to as far as it can go. Whereas guys like Rich Piana, who was a massive advocate for steroids in the bodybuilding scene and stuff like that, RBWF or whatever, there's also a category there where steroids are somewhat legal but frowned upon as well. And we were even talking about it in UFC, right? So that's the thing, like even UFC, like Brock Lesnar now.
But USADA's like, it's pulled back. USADA's not looking over the UFC fights anymore.
No, but that's it.
So substances have all of a sudden become
it's
legal.
A big resurgence again. That's the thing. And it's a problem because
I'm sure they're not in the entirety, like PDs.
Of course.
Like, I don't know.
It's still like, oftentimes they use it for recovery from injuries.
That's it.
So they'll use it for recovery from injuries for a short while, and then they're like, oh no, it's just while I was rehabilitating. Yeah. Like, you remember when Pierce Beast disappeared because he had a blood condition?
Yes.
And then he came back with
his blood condition is that he had fucking steroids in his blood.
Oak was jolling train for a blood condition. So that's the thing. So like this whole substance abuse thing, and like we were saying, like with Ronnie Coleman, he did his first 2 Mr. Olympias natural,
clean,
absolutely natural and clean.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden I started catching up, and you're like, how did they catch up? Well, I mean, it's fucking steroids. So he had to then juice to keep up with the guys.
Yeah.
And there's no ways that you get practically that big without juice.
Chicken.
Chicken and broccoli.
What are you injecting your chickens with?
Exactly, it's a natural brine.
No ways, dude.
And that's the thing. So like Rich Piana was a massive fucking advocate for steroids.
Yes,
died of a heart attack at 49.
But he was wide, dude.
He was huge, dude.
Do you see
we saw that guy at Arnold in South Africa at the Arnold comp when they were here.
Yeah.
Even Hathor Bjornsson as well.
Yeah.
Can't tell me that somebody's going to deadlift 500 kilograms without fucking jolling.
There's got to be something.
Dude.
Like you were talking about this, like drugs in sport,
the Drug Olympics.
Did you hear about this?
Yes.
So there's this billionaire, Peter Thiel, I think his name is, or Thiel.
Thiel, yeah. Thiel.
Yes, he's a Silicon Valley billionaire, and he's thrown his financial muscle behind an Olympics on steroids. So it kind of allows everybody to do it out and in the open, which is crazy. But I mean, this guy was an early investor in startups like PayPal, Facebook, and he's backing. They called them the enhanced games. So he's going to provide more details on April 17th. It says I'm reading New York Post, so I don't know how fucking.
Dude, that's about as a reliable news
don't know.
resource as Barstool Sports. So
Yeah, but basically, I think they just want to see how far the human condition can go
So
with
can I be
enhancements,
honest?
dude.
So
Yeah.
I saw like a TikTok documentary where they were like promoting this thing.
Yeah.
And the caption was, this guy's like, I've beat Usain Bolt's record 5 times and I'm just getting faster. And you're like, yeah, but you're drilling trend.
Yeah.
Give some oak on the side of the road some crack and that'll also fucking beat Usain Bolt's record. So,
Give him some flipping autumn harvest, dude. You want to see an oak run?
Yes, it's Paul Pele and Tim Young.
Yeah,
Oaks
bit of
gone,
pop
dude.
suck.
Yes. But this is the thing. So,
Yeah, dude, what would happen if you get it to Usain Bolt?
So
You're
what's
not beating his record.
No,
you're
but you're beating
yeah.
you're setting an enhanced record, 100%.
Yeah, it's
fine.
enhanced.
I'm curious because I want to see how far these people will go and what they can do. But then I want to take Usain Bolt and put him on steroids.
Yeah, I want to see what happens.
Because he'll fuck everyone up still. Like,
Yes,
that's the thing. Could
I
you
think-
imagine?
Dude, I don't think he needs enhancements to still fuck everybody up.
I don't. I think he just needs... It's maybe back in the day when he was in his prime. Now, not so much, I don't think.
I just don't think we ever saw the fastest he could go. Like, if you
'Cause
look
didn't
at
he
those
suffer-
records,
didn't
dude.
he suffer an injury?
Yes, yeah.
And he had to rehabilitate from that,
yeah.
and then he just never came back.
Yeah, he never came back. I think
Okay.
he started training oaks like Wade van Niekerk and
Yeah.
all of those who's
And that's
also
fine. There's
400.
nothing wrong with it. That's usually
Yeah,
the
yeah,
career
yeah.
of a sprinter. I mean,
But
even
dude-
if you look at Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, that's how they made their money. Is
Yeah.
that they did
Sports
the Olympics,
coaching
became
and-
super
yeah.
powerful or super sort of
Consultants
popular,
and stuff,
became
yeah.
consultants,
Yeah, of
coaching and
course.
stuff like that. That's how they make their money.
But even when you watch Usain Bolt, like I was watching that race back, dude, the way in the Olympics where he was just cleaning
was
up every
cruising,
single thing.
dude.
I mean, he was beating a record. Every single time he ran, he beat his record by a little bit.
Yeah,
And,
but like 0.5.
Do you know why? Because he got paid $1 million every time you beat the
Exactly.
record. So he made like $4 million, $5 million just beating his record.
Now he's making $2 million off of Epson brother refillable tanks on YouTube, dude.
but like when you watch that final run, he let up before the end.
Yeah, he was cruising, dude.
He ran and he lifted and then he started celebrating 5 meters before the end. He
Yeah.
lifted, he stopped racing
Yeah.
and he just crossed the line casually and he ran 19:19 on that 200.
Yeah, and I think his 100 was 9.42 or something.
Yeah,
like
something crazy, dude. But you look at those races and you go, how much more could he have done?
that.
Like, could he have broken 9?
Unequipped, sort of thing. So
Yeah,
without
dude.
steroids.
Could he have broken 9? Could he have broken 19 on the 200?
Yeah, but
I think he could
I think
have.
he could have broken 9 easy. But another thing is, you like give him juice. What if he goes down to like
Euros.
7.5, dude?
Limos.
Euros on a lunch bar. Check that out, dude. Euros on a lunch bar. That'll fucking fly.
During the Scottish Games.
I love those ads.
Yeah, they're so good.
But you see, like for me, like I understand, but also, what's the difference between those drugs and cocaine?
Yeah, it's true.
What's the difference between those drugs and methamphetamine?
Well, it's the same
'Cause
way.
they elicit the same response
they
in
do,
terms of
they-
physical reaction.
Yeah, there's something at it
But-
debilitates. Yeah, dampens down stuff. It's the same as like smoking weed in sports.
Yes,
like they
yeah.
say, like
It's doping.
performance enhancing. You go,
So-
well, how's it performance enhancing? Well, it numbs
numbs
pain.
your brain. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You literally
numbs
just
pain. Your
drilling.
recovery is better. There's that gym. I can't
It's
remember.
420 California.
That's
it's California, not California strength. California strength, amazing
it is
Olympic
420
lifting.
something.
But it's 420 strength or something.
But
and it's
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
roll, but like they roll
goofed,
as
yeah.
well.
But also they weightlifting. There's one where they weightlift
Yeah,
high
goofed as well.
Yeah.
And they just push it, dude. So these oaks, they smoke a J before they start rolling in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
BJJJ. Yeah, Brazilian joint jiu-jitsu.
Dude, that's crazy.
Hey?
Like, but there's a reason for it. It's like
But
you're
that's
more
it, so
zen,
they-
you're more calm, you can think
Yeah,
a
and
little bit better,
I
you're
think they're like
focused.
more in a flow. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
it is.
So
It's
they-
to enhance flow state.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's,
That's
I mean, the big
interesting.
focus of jiu-jitsu is that you have to actually stay calm and you have to try to lure that other person into a trap of sorts. And
Yeah.
you have to stay calm, move with the flow, you have to be patient.
You have to.
How else do you learn that sort of thing?
Dude,
but not through steroids, because steroids make you very aggressive.
There's
you
something
know,
that
so-
made me think of this right now. And it's weird because we're going back like fucking 30 minutes. But when we were talking about
Drake's dick.
we have to go back a whole week. When we were talking about like holding in a fart and then it comes to your mouth sort of thing. This is a long time ago. You know, you got a poo window.
Yes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you
After
need
that,
a
it's
shit,
done.
if you need a shit and you don't shit within 15 minutes of feeling that you need to go poo, that poo's gone, dude. It goes back up.
I don't think it goes back up so much as that it gets reabsorbed. I just think it moves
No,
slightly
it just
away.
goes back
it moves
up.
away from your
it goes,
sphincter.
okay,
It's
you're not ready.
I'll come knocking again.
You're not ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so from that conversation,
Yes.
I want to tell you about
You need
the
to go
time.
poo.
No,
Okay.
dude. I'll tell you about the time where there was no poop window. It was just that poop window was open.
It was a sliding door.
It was
a poop
just
sliding door.
open the whole time.
I think you've told me about this though.
So
Was it when you were with the pointy?
feed. No.
Okay, no.
So we're going back like to when I was starting my gaming. I think it was like 2017, 2018. I was on the PS4. Seed, a good friend Seed. He's a South African streamer. Yeah, South African streamer. He moved over to the UK. But I haven't actually. I must check him with that oak. I love that oak.
Yeah, he used to send me lots of podcasts. And by that I mean it was literally but it was a voice note on
on
WhatsApp.
dude, the longest.
Longest, but it was the best.
So this guy upgraded his capture card, and he's like, "Listen, dude, I've got my old Elgato capture card. If you want it, like, come grab it."
Yeah,
I was like, "Okay, cool."
I remember.
He was out in Midrand. I was in Randburg at the time. I was like, "Okay, cool." So Midrand was where he worked. I was like, I'm not gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna go pull in right now. So I'm like, hop in the car, start driving there. And I'm like, tummy's a little bit unsettled. Like my tummy's not so lacquer, dude.
It's not ideal.
No, it's not great. But I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna get it home. I'm gonna have a poo.
Yeah.
Like I'm good, dude.
1, 2, fuck you.
Yeah. Dude, I'm like get past like fucking William Nicol, and I'm like, I need a poo already, dude. Like this is
no
pressing,
grabbing
dude.
fuck all, my boy.
No. So, but I'm like, no, stick it out. I'm not turning away. I'm gonna go get my Elgato capture card, dude. So like, I get there, dude. Now this is like half an hour drive, whatever. I get there. Meet Theed at the place that he's working. I think it's his dad's factory or something. Theed wants to have a chat.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, I'm fucking sweating, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sweating, and I'm just like, I want to chat. I love Theed, dude.
Yeah. But you also just...
I need a shit, dude.
Yeah.
So like I'm talking to him and he's showing me things and how they've arranged. And this is what I'm doing this morning. And we're talking and it's like fucking 20, 30 minutes goes on. I'm like, I'm just trying to like get out of the conversation. I don't want to be rude because I love the guy, but I'm like, I'm going to shit my pants. And I'm just chatting
and
to
you
this
also don't want to. You also don't want to be like, Theed, I'm going to shit myself
dude.
right now.
No.
It's also not a very good conversation.
No. Like, dude, I also feel like I would have been rude if I'm like, okay, dude, I just need to leave because I need to go poo.
Can I use your bathroom?
No, because I'll break it.
That's fine.
So I'm like, no, okay, dude, it's like, bro, I got to go. I've got like a meeting or something. And I get out of there.
Meeting with the toilet, dude.
So from Midrand, go hop on the highway between Allendale and the off-ramp in Malabongwe.
Yeah.
4 accidents.
Oh, no.
Standstill, dude. Like standstill. Like cars had to move to let the ambulances through and then like the tow trucks. But even that, because people are driving like down the yellow lane like fucking idiots. Like they're blocking people. So that makes things harder to move off. Dude, I have never been that close to just shitting in my pants, dude. I swear to God, I've never felt that, dude. I was cold. My body was cold. I was sweating. I felt wet.
This is where the paramedics are just going to hold me up my cold.
Dude. So like but now like I'm looking and I'm like, I'm not going to make it home, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fucking not going to make it home. Like, you know, when your poo,
prairie dogging.
Yeah, when your poo hits a hole, dude, it like hits a hole and then it goes back and it's like, oh yeah,
I was knocking on the door.
I'm telling you, it did that like 3 or 4 times.
Knocking on the door.
Dude, it did it like 3 or 4 times, and then it was like the next time you got no control. It was the first time where I ever sat there and I was like, if I shit my pants, I did as much as I could to not shit my pants.
God knows.
I did everything.
God by my side knows that I did everything I could.
Tried my fucking best. Whatever happens from here on out, bro, I can't do anything. Dude, I remember looking around the car and going like, what can I shit into?
Yeah.
And there was nothing. But what I found was 3 Roman's pizza serviettes And I was like, if I shit my pants, I'm going to have to wipe it. I even looked at bridges, dude. And I was like, I'm going to park under that bridge and I'm going to shit behind there. But dude, like all of those places, if I had to like go and squat behind there, I'd still be eye level with dead still
with
traffic.
Most people,
with everybody just looking at me.
Yeah,
dude.
that's the problem.
Like you can't hide.
If
There's
it's
nothing,
moving
dude.
traffic, you can kind of like get away with it. You're like, oh, fucking somebody's going to look and they're going to go,
Bro, and I
then
was
carry on
sweating,
driving.
I was sweating. And I was like, if I had to choose between death and shitting my pants right now, I'd probably be okay with dying.
I'd rather roll the car.
But I couldn't go fast enough. I couldn't do shit.
Oh, why did he die? Because he shat his pants.
Dude, and at that moment where I was like,
yeah,
the poop is coming. Like, then cars started moving and I was like, God,
thank you.
I will talk about you. I'll be an evangelist. And I got home and dude, it wasn't even the biggest poo. It was just necessary. It just had to.
It was actually just a fart.
No.
It's one of those ones where your tummy's sore and you just go have a good fart. And
it's
you're
one of those ones where you have to wipe the whole toilet, like under the seat.
Yeah.
You know,
where it's just like
it's everywhere. You shit up.
one and done.
You know what I mean? You like shit upwards.
A little bit of Poseidon's kiss.
Dude, that was the most. Poseidon didn't want to put his mouth near that, dude. I trust you. But that is the closest I've ever come to shitting myself. And like, I'll never bully anybody that ever shits themselves because like,
I think this is karma,
I understood
though.
that, dude.
I think maybe you did in your past life. And karma's teaching you.
There was one dude that shut his pants in registration.
Did you see?
I remember.
Did you laugh?
Fucking hysterically.
Everybody would have laughed. Even I would have laughed. But now this is like,
because you went pale, dude. But now I
like
understand because your life leaves your body. You're like, I'm prepared to die, dude.
But you see, that's it. It's like Final Destination because, like, it's like karma's coming. It's you escape death. It's coming for you. So you laughed.
But
and
you're gonna
then
still
God
shit
was
your
like,
pants,
I'm
dude.
going to show you. Because that's not the first time. There's another story, which we can either talk about now or later. But the one where you had gone? You didn't go for the job interview. It's the one where you had the
no. This is with the poiky.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, it's a reoccurring theme here, Christopher. This is actually an intervention.
No, so I'll talk about this.
Okay, talk about it.
Okay, so I made a fucking banging poiky.
Yeah.
Like, amazing.
Never tasted it before.
It's a sherried lamb
Oh, yes,
poiky.
you told us about this
And I pried this recipe out of a friend's hands. Mark, if you listen to this ever,
smooches for you, my boy.
peace be with you, dude. So dude. So I make this whole thing, and it's fucking delicious. But the next day, because poiky age as well.
Yeah.
So the next day, I'm like, next day we went out for dinner. So I'm like, not eating this. I can't have it because I'm out. I was working or something, so I had a little bit for lunch, but I couldn't have it for dinner. The next day we went out to like in-laws for dinner. So it was like 2 days, like I was like, didn't make it. Third day, I'm like, lunchtime, dude.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah, so I dish up poiky rice. The rice
Was it fresh rice?
No, the rice was on the stove. Okay, but listen, now I fucking know.
Yeah, that rice can actually fucking kill you.
So rice, onions, and potatoes are 3 of the worst food poisoning foods that you can have. But I didn't know that rice goes off. So
they say rice in the fridge and chicken in the fridge. The rice was more likely to kill you than the chicken in the fridge.
But it can last a lot longer in the fridge. This wasn't. This was like a hot summer's day for 2 days. But like, I didn't know, dude.
Making a stovetop sucky.
I even say this to people and they're like, does rice go off? And I'm like, thank you. Like, I don't feel fucking dumb, dude. Like, obviously it goes off at some point, dude. But, like 2 days, you're like,
fair. You're like, this
it's
is
not
still
your
plausible.
biggest worry, you know? And I took and I ate it and I was like, it's fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, let me go have some more.
Matured rice.
So I go and I like scrape I go and like, break up the rice.
Cool.
And I smell it, dude. And I'm like, that made me feel immediately sick.
Yeah, because it's like that sour.
It's fucking gross, dude.
Yeah,
I can still smell it like it's chilling in my nose every time I tell the story. It's like, remember me. So I'm like, oh, no. Okay, listen. I need to shoot out. I've got a meeting I've got a meeting at a law firm to build an app for them. I've got an app development company. So we've been trying to arrange this meeting for weeks and weeks and weeks, and just the partners hadn't been there, or I had other meetings. We couldn't like coordinate our diaries, and we finally did. So drive all the way out to Rosebank. On the way there, I start getting those sweats. I'm like, fuck.
Round 2.
Shit's fucking real, dude. I even pulled over to try and TC a bit.
Yeah.
Nothing, dude. You know when you just sit there like a cat? You're just like... and I've got
You do that weird thing with your back.
Twerk.
Yeah. Also, you have the worst survival.
Yeah, I've got like a faulty valve in my throat, right? So my valve only, it's like a one-way, dude.
You must go to Toyota. They can check out your valves for you.
So it's like a one-way,
like a
so
rat.
I can't burp.
You fucking rat.
Yeah, like a pigeon, dude.
Pigeon.
But I got a gag reflex. Bro. So like I can't like burp. I can't.
My man.
I can't burp. I can't vomit.
Yeah.
Like if I vomit or burp, it's like extremely fucking sore. But so like I can't make myself vomit. I'm like, okay, no, well, whatever. Let me get to this meeting, get in, get out. I can deal with it on the way home. Get into the meeting. Okay, wait, one of the partners is just finishing up on a meeting, so we'll just casually chat. We're chatting. They're like, do you want something to drink? I'm like, yeah, I'll have something to drink. He's like, we got coffee, tea. I'm like, I can't have any of those things.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you have some water? They're like, yeah, we got water. You know that plastic bottle that comes in old fridges?
Nestle. Yeah.
You know that like Tupperware bottle that
the
people...
square one.
Yeah,
and
dude.
It's that frosted one.
And you know the taste. It's got that taste.
It does. And it's like slightly metallic, but also you can taste
asbestos.
the plastic is leaching out. Yeah. You can taste that the polyurethane is leaching out of the
dude,
plastic.
it's not right.
Yeah.
So they poured me an ice cold glass of fucking
it doesn't
plastic.
look brown, but in my mind I always picture it slightly
it's got that
brown.
browny, like yellowy color.
Yes.
Yeah. So I take a sip of this and immediately I'm like, I feel like that gag, but I'm like, if my valve wasn't faulty, I would have probably vomited right there. But it like hit my valve and came back down. I'm like, I was like,
knocking on the door.
do you mind if I just go to the bathroom? They're like, yeah, go down the hall. It's just to the right. I walk down this hall. It's like this law firm isn't in a building. It's like in an old house that's been redone to be like a
feel
law
like
firm.
That's almost every law firm on Lindy.
So pretty much. So I'm walking down there. I'm like, it's quiet.
Okay,
But
flooring.
hopefully, like it's quiet. I'm like, hopefully, like this is a bit discreet. It's in the like open plan. There's probably about 20 people working around here. Dead fucking quiet.
Everyone
Nobody
shares the
wearing
same
headphones. Nothing. Dude, one bathroom. You know, one of those houses that has a toilet and then separate, they've got like a bathtub and stuff. It's one of those houses.
You're lucky, dude.
So I sit in there and I'm like, okay, I need to vomit.
Were you sitting in the bar?
Oh, dude, no. Let me tell you this. So the night before, I actually went out for sushi, all you can eat sushi with Sam. And this adds to the fucking story. So that's why I didn't have it the night before, because we're like, no, we went for all you can eat. Okay, so next day, all of the shit, okay, go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, I need to vomit now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me try and TC a little bit. Dude, even just thinking of that bottle of water right now makes me feel sick. So I start
you want some water?
I like start TCing and then like, okay, now shit's coming out. But it's like a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I just start fucking choking because this big ball of rice gets stuck in my throat. The only way I could get that out of my throat is by hitting it in the back with whatever was in my lungs, dude. So I went like, I had to shout. Dude, I literally had to shout so that this rice came out. And when rice comes out, it doesn't come out in a straight line. So just fucking sprayed, dude. I just had rice that just went fucking everywhere. And then, and then it came out, dude. And then it was a lot, dude. It was a lot. And it just kept on coming and kept on coming because I had like fucking 500 rands worth of all you can eat sushi. And it was tearing my throat apart, dude. So I didn't chew properly, dude. It's all you can eat, bro. Leave the chewing
it's all you can swallow, not all you can eat.
Fucking deep throat those California rolls, dude. It's like, dude. And I'm just vomiting and I'm vomiting and I'm vomiting. No. And like, it just feels like everything's coming out. Yeah, everything's coming out. And there's so much gas. Yeah. And like, that's coming out. So there's so much noise, dude. Somebody knocks on the door. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, but I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. They're like, can we get you some water? I'm like, ooh. So I'm vomiting more. Eventually, like, it's like 10, 15 minutes and I'm just vomiting.
Of you fighting for your life.
And then I'm like cleaning up because the bathroom, I literally, dude, when I say there was rice behind me, dude, it was fucking everywhere. So I clean all this shit up. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me compose myself and go back. I look at myself in the mirror, and the only way I can describe this is like it looks like I watched Pursuit of Happiness 7 times in a row. Like my face
it was
was
just
red
the ghost
and
of you.
swollen.
Yeah, just the ghost
My
of
eyes,
bum.
yeah, dude, I just looked like I had been sitting there crying for like 20 minutes. And it was so long. It's not like anybody, like either I went for a big shit,
is long, dude.
like either I went for a massive shit,
Yeah, like you were choking
or
a donkey.
something
there,
was
dude.
happening, yeah. So I walked back and then all of the partners and stuff are there now. They're like, are you all right? I'm like, oh, I think I got a bit of food poisoning. And the one guy's like, oh, yeah, I've been there, like joking. I'm like, oh, I've got no fucking humor, dude.
My man, you've never been here.
They're like, should we send you an email with the scope? I'm like, please, you know. So time in my car,
send me an email with the scope, and then can we go to the sushi place and sue them?
Dude, they never emailed me. They never got back to me. I'm still on the email list, and you can't unsubscribe. So
Hectic.
yeah, but
The bathroom bandit. the vomit rock, the vomit comet.
But dude, the funniest thing is I'm driving home now, and I get, there's that little corner of restaurants at the bottom of Rosebank.
Yes.
Like I can't remember what they are, but I'm at that robot, and I'm just trying to look dead straight because, if I look anywhere, I'm gonna vomit. I'm sitting, and I think I was in my Toyota Taz, my TT at the time as well. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, trying to not look anywhere else. I just hear this like frantic hooting next to me, and I'm like, please just leave me. And I turn to my side, and there's this old woman, dude, and she's like running down the window. She's like, oh, you're right, son, what's wrong? Because I just look like I've just been sitting in my car crying. Like, this is it, dude. Like, I'm on my way to do something, So they look at me, she's like, no. She even said to me, she's like, your life is worth something. I'm like, fucking not right now, dude. Like, this is a lot. And they are. So then I'm trying to get home. My brother's at home.
Yeah.
At my house. He's playing my PlayStation with headphones on. He's got my keys in case he needed to leave. So he's not fucking opening. And I vomited so much outside on the road as well. I was on the community group. Like somebody saying, hey, is that okay? There's a guy vomiting outside.
There's a man dying outside his house.
And eventually I get in. And then by the time I got in, I sat with a bucket on my lap. And
that was you.
I sat with a bucket on my lap on the toilet. And I think if anybody's been in that,
yes,
you just know that there's
the double trouble.
Yeah. There's no sense of self there. There's nothing pretty about that situation. No. You're just on the edge of death. Fighting
for your life.
You're on the edge of death.
But that's the scary part of it, dude. And that's it, like you say, it's the danger of fucking rice.
Bro, dude, honestly, so I saw a doctor, and the doctor was like, listen, rice, onions, and potatoes are the worst food poisonings you can get. You can actually die.
Yeah. Well, you nearly fucking did, dude. You're lucky that lady saved your life by controlling you in traffic there.
Yeah, shame. It was really nice of her.
I was going to say.
I don't think she's alive anymore, but like if any of her relatives listen, she was really old.
Agatha.
Yeah. This was back in like 2016 as well. So
thanks, Auntie Aggie.
I can still smell that fucking rice, dude.
Dude, that is rough.
But you know what? I'm a winner, dude. I finished that poikie still. I didn't have the rice, but I went back to the poikie.
You fought back.
That poikie is delicious.
It wasn't the poikie, Sam. I promise it was the rice.
Yeah. I'm like, it's fine. If you don't want it, I'll have it.
I'm
just not going to go all the way to
3 weeks, dude. Yeah.
No, it was bad. That was bad. Yeah.
No, not ideal.
No, not the best. Take us through this whiskey.
So,
enough self-deprecation, dude.
I was going to say, let's drink. So this is actually, I got this bottle of whiskey, I want to say about a year ago, and I'm actually quite impressed that we've kept it for this long because it is a very good whiskey. It's not nothing special. There's no cork pull tonight, unfortunately. We can make the noise because it's a plastic turned cap, but
Wow.
Why
are you doing
a plastic turn cap?
Wow.
Okay,
me to hold
I was going to say, can you hold this microphone?
Yes.
We can at least do the poor ASMR. Oh, even that was disappointing. Okay, apologies.
It's because the other one's got like bubbles.
Yeah, performance anxiety. So this is the Shivers 15. No, it's better. Okay.
Yeah, that was better.
Sorry, let me just get my hands back together. So this is the Shivers 15 years, aged 15 years. Much better than the 12, and actually, in my opinion, better than the 18. I mean, we've had this before a couple of times. I'm saving those last 2 tots for the bottle.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I'm thinking maybe we should actually
I've got the bottle.
Do you? What is it?
That old
An enema.
No, that old Peaky Blinders bottle. I've still got it that you drew all over.
That one.
It's perfect.
100%. You
It's
must bring it
perfect.
next week. Then I'll keep this and we can start filling it up with that. And then,
Because it's also 750 mils.
yeah,
So
100%.
it's 20 episodes there.
Yeah. No. 500 would be 20 episodes.
yeah. It's all
So
the more, but it's fine.
750 is 32. 32 episodes.
It's perfect. We've got a lot of time to talk.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a lot of shit to talk about. So opening the whiskey app now, because there's not many notes on the actual bottle itself, but for those of you that do enjoy your scotch, Shivers is it's a nice blended scotch. We did a Shivers cigar tasting evening as well, which was
they
actually
make
quite
cigars?
nice. No, so they paired cigars with this. But the Shivers 15. This is the XV Shivers Regal.
I don't know what they did with that label. I don't know if I like that, dude.
The labor.
The label, the XV, dude.
So I like it because it's 15, but it's like it's very French, I guess.
Do you okay, I guess it's like it looks like somebody wrote it with
It's
chalk.
Scottish. It looks very French though. That's the thing.
But
Blended
that
Scotch
XV
whiskey.
in particular.
Oh shit! I didn't know this.
Yeah.
So this is selectively finished in Grand Champagne cognac cask finish. I didn't know
shit,
that.
that's cool.
Shit, that's actually really cool. So this, guess what the score is on whiskey community score?
Is it high?
Just take a guess.
I mean, I haven't tasted it yet, but
Okay.
and like judging by your perception, it's probably quite low,
It's a lot lower than what I would have thought.
like 2.
So it's 3.6.
Okay.
But,
What do you think it smells like? Like, have you read the notes already?
Yeah, I have, but it's pretty on point. But it also smells like fruitcake.
Yeah, it's very fruity.
So it's a lot of oak, raisins, caramel, apple, and vanilla.
It's literally fruitcake,
if when you say it, you can break it down.
That's
And especially
on
with, I
point.
think that comes through with the cognac because of the brandy.
Yes.
So you must remember cognac is just a very fancy brandy, and often you put brandies in brandy pudding or what do you call them, fruit cakes for Christmas tarts and stuff like that. So that's where I think the cognac comes through really nicely, and the French oak, obviously, French oak barrels.
Yeah.
So, that is a nice complex. You actually get the champagne coming through in those raisins.
It's an immediate hit of like flavor on you, like as soon as you taste it.
It's got a very bourbon profile. I will say the taste profile is very bourbony,
but it's very bold.
Very.
I feel like it's one of the stronger flavors of whiskey, but it doesn't burn.
So Shivers 12 I don't enjoy because of the burn. Shivers 15 and 18 I don't mind. Well, 15 I enjoy. 18 isn't as nice as the 15.
15 is better than 18. No.
So taste wise, what are you looking at?
Sure, vanilla.
Yeah, 100%.
You can taste vanilla for sure.
Yeah. Common flavor that we've had in almost every whiskey so far.
I'm trying to.
Like a sweetener, honey.
Yeah,
So
honey.
honey,
Okay, I get
and
that.
the caramel as well.
Caramel, definitely. I mean, it's definitely fruity.
Yeah, and then the other two are the spicy. Sorry, other three are spicy, oak, and sweet.
Okay.
So how it tastes is almost how it smells.
I
must say it's
it's
also one
very
of
much
those
aligned.
that translates very nicely.
Yeah.
And the finish is spicy, apple, sweet, vanilla, new wood, and
Damn,
oak.
dude. Oak.
Okay.
Oaks.
Yeah, it's from the 4As.
Dude, I wouldn't say this is a 3.6. I'd rate it a little bit higher.
Yeah, I
I
was
think
gonna
it's like
say,
a
like-
really nice, strong taste as well. It's like,
Yeah, in my mind, it's actually more of a 4, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd put it a 4.
I really do. Like, this is one of my favorites. I must say, I'll definitely rate it as one of my favorites. There's no tasting notes, like official tasting notes, like from the distillery itself. But I found it interesting. I've never realized that this is a blended scotch finished in Grand Champagne cognac casks. I never realized that it was finished in Champagne cognac casks.
No,
Okay,
it's
it says here it's
really
enriched
strong,
with subtle
though.
flavors from the Grand Champagne cognac casks. The secret of the outstanding taste is the selective finishing. Some of the remarkable 15-year-old blend in casks that were previously used to mature Grand Champagne, unleashing Scotch with a uniquely refined, fruity, and velvety taste. I mean, yeah.
It's like, I feel like it's one of the ones where you didn't have to wait to taste it. Like as soon as it touches your lips, you taste the flavors.
And it's honest.
It's very honest. Yeah, that's a really good way of describing it.
It's honest in terms of what you smell is what you get, and it's a good whiskey.
And no burn afterwards. Dude.
No.
I think when it hits your lips, you expect it to punch you in the back of the throat, but it doesn't.
The average price for this is about 513 Rand.
Well priced.
Which I think is actually quite well priced. I know a lot of people would say it's actually somewhat overpriced, but I think if you catch it on special, it's actually really good, in my opinion. I don't
for a 15-year-old whiskey.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad.
I don't have any water. Just want to see the bloom. That's yeah. So when we went to the Shivers tasting thing, they were like, yeah. So they let you taste it neat, then they let you taste it with water, and then with a bit of water and the ice. But with the water, Shivers often opens up a lot more. The spiciness comes through a lot more on the nose.
The sweetness as well. Spice and sweet,
especially on the taste, that is delicious.
That is actually so delicious. Much nicer.
If you had the budget for it, like if you got a couple of tenders as a daily drinker.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Between that and
a couple of tenders,
yeah. Like everybody's like, yeah, proper 12 as a daily drinker. I'm like, my man, whose dick did you suck to fucking get that much money that you drink proper 12 daily?
But proper
and
12,
also, why?
Has the prices gone up on proper 12?
350 Rand a bottle. For a bottle of proper 12.
I don't think it's worth that much.
I would rather buy a bottle of Jack Daniels, a bottle of Jim Beam.
I think
in my opinion,
proper 12
is one of the most overrated whiskeys.
Yeah, but it's the affiliation to Conor McGregor. I think it's
overrated.
It's Jameson to me.
Yeah. I'd rather drink Famous Grouse, even Scottish Leader.
Grants.
If you wanted an Irish whiskey for the same price, I'd rather drink Glen Grant's Major Reserve. It's not they're not even in the same league in my opinion for that price.
Proper 12, Proper 12 is not a terrible whiskey. Like, don't get us wrong, but I
not
don't
terrible,
think it's
but not for the price.
Not for that price, and it's a blend.
Yeah, exactly. So in my opinion, with the Glen Grant, that's a single malt. You getting a much better fruitier whiskey.
Yeah.
And you're looking at about 350 bucks a bottle as well. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Shivers 15, absolutely solid whiskey.
Delicious with water, man.
The champagne, I get the champagne appeal.
I'm not getting it as much.
So I get it in terms of right at the end, it tastes almost like a brute. So you get that really dry cut
I know what
of
you're
the
saying.
champagne.
Yes,
you know,
okay.
That like really dry.
I was looking for
flavor.
like that, the pungent like kind of flavor comes thugh,
But it's like really right at the end, that very subtleness. That's really nice, actually. So that dryness comes through really nicely. So I must say that's for me, in my opinion, that's actually one of, I dare I say, top 4 whiskeys for me. Actually,
dude, with the added water,
Silky and the Airstone are actually in like top 3.
Yeah.
At the moment, and then not the Cesarac Rye, the Tumnavland Sherry for me at the moment is number 1. Aberfeldy in 4, and then I think, dare I say, Shivers in 5, actually.
I'd say with water added, it moves up the list.
Yes, it does, yeah. Neat. The Aberfeldies and the rest are a lot better.
Like the daylight.
Yeah. But with a bit of water, the Shivers
it's delicious.
It becomes a much easier drinking whiskey.
Yeah, it's you know what it does? It cuts through that immediate punch of taste.
Yeah, and you get a lot more flavor, like a lot more subtle flavor to go
nice.
through. Yeah. I really enjoy that. That's really nice. But yeah,
pretty good. I think your mom bought that.
She actually did. Yeah, she got that from a client, and because she doesn't enjoy Shivers, she then passed it on. At one stage, she only drank Shivers, and then she passed. So my mom really enjoys whiskey as well. Currently, she's drinking Bowmore and not Ballantyne's. It's Bowmore and there's that other one, Balvenie. She loves Balvenie.
Oh, I love Balvenie as well. I finished my bottle. Yeah. That was the one my uncle bought for me.
Yes, that 12-year Balvenie. That's a goodie, that one.
Oof, and so good. It's one of his favorites.
Yeah, Bowmore. Also, Ura is also quite a nice one. But yeah, she enjoys the more fruity ones. This one, I think she'd enjoy again. But yeah, she gave this to us last year or a year or 2 ago. And then we clapped a bottle of Dimple that
she loves Dimple.
Well,
no, she doesn't like Dimple.
No, she doesn't. But it was always a gift from someone that she got, and then she just give it to anyone.
Yeah, we
was willing
smash
sort of
Dimple.
So we got a couple of them. Yeah.
I feel like it's just hugging me from the inside as well, dude.
It does.
It's a really warm whiskey.
Warm. Yeah, it really
it's
is.
Nice, man.
I must say, I'm really impressed with it.
I feel like I've had more of an experience with this whiskey than any of the other whiskeys.
So I agree.
You know what I mean? Like the other whiskies are really tasty.
Yeah.
But like this feels like it's
so for me, I think it's a pleasant surprise.
Yes.
It really is a
I
pleasant
had
surprise.
this with you, dude.
Yes,
I don't
yeah.
remember it being like this.
Really, eh? No, for me, I love coming back to this every now and then
Is it?
because it's a pleasant surprise in terms of what you pay and the value
Yeah,
in my
it's
mind.
really
For me
good.
personally, as a sort of average whiskey drinker, for me, that Shivers for its price point is fucking fantastic.
It's delicious,
actually.
man.
We on just by the record, we are not sponsored by Shivers, but
Not yet.
if you actually want to send some more, I know you've got that nice Royal collection. If you want to send that through for us to test, it's only 2 million rand a bottle.
Oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Just convert it to euros and then send it to us.
If you give us a little taste,
Yeah.
like just enough for us to all stick our tongue into, like
Yeah.
we'll still do it.
like a little tot pack, like you get those little tear off tots that you can sneak into stadiums.
Oh, did you
Just
staple to
send
your
us
hat?
those. Yeah,
Inside
exactly.
of your hat.
Just send us some of those, please. That'll be fantastic, actually.
That was
Thanks.
really nice, dude.
No, that was flipping delicious.
I really enjoyed that.
No, now it's recording a video. Hectic.
Damn, dude. I heard something really interesting on the way to your house.
That pigeons, the sound a pigeon makes against the windscreen.
No, dude. I was listening to Eminem's Stan.
Yeah.
And
the origin of the word.
Stan.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, when people are like, "Oh, I stan this person."
Yeah.
I didn't know that the origin was from Eminem's Stan. Like
like an obsessed fan.
he creates that word.
Yeah.
I did not
Oh,
know
wow.
that, dude.
And
Like
that's
now
the
it
thing.
makes so much sense because it's like, oh shit, yeah. Now, now I almost feel like I understand the word more, dude.
Yeah, a lot more. And that's where people are like, I stand for that. And I was like,
it's like,
I've
what
used
does
it a
that even
couple
mean,
times.
dude?
And I'm like, and then I was like, I get it. It's just like a really strong fan. Stan.
Yeah.
And then
That's what I
eventually
thought,
also
dude.
when I had that revelation where I was like, oh fuck, Eminem.
So
'Cause
you
we were
thought about
also-
that by yourself, dude?
Hey, yeah. So
You
I
came
also,
across that.
so
I
I,
didn't
was
even,
listening. No, but that's it. Like Stan, and then eventually, like also, it took me a while to make that connection. And then also one day when Brittany and I were listening to the song, I was like, okay, it is like I'm like confirming myself. Like, yeah, it does make sense. And then I explained it to Brittany. She's like, actually, yeah, that makes 100% sense.
Dude, it's crazy. I didn't even click listening to the song and I know all the fucking lyrics, dude. And then afterwards, the DJ is like, the origin of the word, like, Stan.
Was it your Spotify DJ?
No.
I was gonna say.
Hey guys, gonna switch it up.
It's X here. It's X here. Next time you don't enjoy it, just press the thumbs down, and then we'll skip right past it.
That's so good.
X
I
here.
would use you.
We're gonna
Hey
listen
guys,
to
it's
something that
X.
you haven't heard in a while, some Sheryl Crow. And then Brittany's like, I've never fucking listened to Sheryl Crow. But that's it, like Brittany and I, we were like, because literally the X was like, we're going to listen to something that you haven't heard in a while from the back of your library. And it's like some Sheryl Crow. And Brittany's like, I don't have fucking Sheryl Crow in my library.
So far to
Dude,
the back.
That's how
that she
far
doesn't
back it
even
is.
know,
That we
dude.
actually don't even know that it's there.
Doesn't
And like it
even
might
know.
have been that it was on a playlist for like 90s rock sort of thing.
it
You know,
probably
like
is,
90s
dude.
like Sunday rock. And then he was like, oh, you listen to this whole song? Cool, we're going to pull that one to the front because actually secretly you like it, like Nickelback and Creed.
Dude, what do you like? Let's be real. Let's take the arm off. Let's put it aside.
Creed.
Nickelback, Creed. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely stand for Creed.
Dude,
and
I
I will
love
use
Creed.
that term.
I fucking love Creed,
And my favorite thing is that like
The ultimate karaoke, dude.
100%. It's karaoke. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
dude.
Because like
You can't do it by
everybody's like, no, it's Creed. But those are stadium anthems.
Dude,
They released an album called Stadium Anthems, and it's literally just their greatest hits, actually. Because they are absolute bangers. And everybody will be like, no, I fucking hate Creed. Put Creed on. Watch that motherfucker sing.
Yeah, look at mouth in the corner, dude. You know when they're like
go there.
they like scratch their mouth, but they're singing under their hand, dude.
And then they even do that. Yeah, I was gonna say, they even do that like mouth guitar.
Dude, that was
But
one of
yeah.
the best because we did it at a karaoke party, myself, you, and Martin.
Double scuffed,
Mr.
yeah, dude.
Double scuffed. Dude, that was really good. We only got like a 5-second clip. Somebody only recorded
Yeah,
5 seconds.
exactly.
If anybody's got the full clip, I'd love to hear it because
Please.
that little bit,
Or we just have to do it again.
that I watched, I was like, fuck, that was pretty
Yeah.
good, dude.
Carry breaky.
And Marty is like a singer,
Yeah,
dude.
dude. This is all City Bowl Mazes represent, dude.
Dude,
But that's it, like that.
that's a
So
fucking crazy
Creed,
stage.
for me,
Yeah.
absolutely love them. I fucking love them. Nickelback, So
I'm indifferent, dude. I'll be honest.
So
I don't
they
hate
have
them.
their moments.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have their moments where I'm like, fuck, Nickelback. And myself and Fox have, South African Drake. We've spoken about this a couple times.
Freaking Drake.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fox.
So
dude.
shout out to Fox.
Juzzy Big Peen.
Juzzy Big P.
Fox and Penis.
Yeah, Fox and Penis. Fox and Chode. No, so we've spoken about it a couple
Fox
times.
and how is it so big, dude?
We've spoken about it a few times and we've said, like, you know what? They're actually individually very good musicians, much like Creed. So when Creed's lead singer left Creed, because they were a Christian rock
to be
band.
taken harder.
Yeah, higher.
No, harder.
Oh.
Make me swear. I was waiting, dude. It was a perfect like cue,
I was forcing myself not to. But yeah, so there was things around. They were a Christian rock band. For those of you that don't believe me, just go listen to all the Creed lyrics again.
It's
And then
literally
just
Christian
literally,
lyrics,
can
yeah.
you take me higher? I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking, hold me now. I'm
It's
so
literally
far
all
out.
just
One last breath. All of them
literally
are
from
just
Acts.
like, yeah, it's
It's
literally
all Psalms. He's singing Psalms,
It's
dude.
literally Psalms. Him and Paul, besties.
Psalms.
Yeah, Psalms in Afrikaans.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Creed and they left. So his lead singer left, and basically they got Miles Kennedy in and became Alter Bridge. Alter Bridge and Nickelback, in my mind.
Wait, is
Alter Bridge is just Creed with a different lead singer?
I
dude.
had no fucking
Yeah,
idea.
it's literally
dude.
Creed with a different shirt.
I had no idea.
100%.
That's
Did you
why
not
the
know
music
that?
sounds so similar.
But this is the thing. So now you take Alter
that's
Bridge,
Alter Bridge is
give
good,
them
dude.
Chad Kruger. What do you get? Nickelback.
Literally Nickelback.
Literally. So
It's the same as what's it?
Thrice or Third Eye Blind.
No. I'm trying to think. Oh no, it's Theory of a Dead Man or something.
Oh, yes.
They also
Yeah,
sound
yeah.
like Nickelback.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same.
So you've got all these
it's the
bands
same
coming out in this like
style.
90s post grunge pop metal.
Country-ish.
Yeah, but it's like
They've
pop
got like
metal
a country
sort of thing.
twang, right? But it's
Yeah.
not really.
Because it's like pop power metal. This is the
Yes,
thing. Because
yeah.
they're trying to be metal, but they don't want to be Metallica.
Yeah.
But they also want to be played on the radio sort of thing. And they want
It's
like their
safe
parents-
metal.
Yeah, it's safe metal, exactly that. So Nickelback comes out and they start their whole alternative journey with fucking How You Remind Me. Fucking excellent song.
was great, dude.
I will put my cock on a block for that song. That is a good
You don't
fucking-
need to. You can just like.
Well,
throw
it
your
won't
word
reach the
behind
block.
It,
It
dude.
won't reach the block. But anyway.
I'll push it towards the edge. I'm
Can
sexy
you
from the edge, and I'm thinking.
Still not going to reach. But yeah, so like honestly, that song is one of the best rock songs of the 90s. And like there's a lot
It's
of
iconic, dude.
So there's a lot of like weightlifting videos now where people are like, oh, I'm glad I stuck with this. And then it's like some chick singing, it's not like you to say sorry, was waiting on a different story. And it's like them failing lifts and stuff. And then all of a sudden it switches to Chad Kruger and it's like, no, baby, you are hot. And it's like them nailing lifts. And I was like, I don't know why this gives me a fucking spiritual hard on. Like I'm just like, yes, Chad Kruger.
Here's
Yes.
that teenage erection.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like
Welcome back,
even-
buddy.
So like that, and then also remember they were really popular around the time of Spider-Man with
They
Tobey
were,
Maguire.
dude, because they
They did that
Hero.
one song, Hero.
But that was Chad
One of
Kruger.
Chad Kruger and
some other
I can't
chomp.
remember what his name. No, but it was Nickelback and or Chad Kruger and
And
this
so,
other dude.
yeah,
I can't remember.
I don't know. I want to
He
say his
was-
name's Aaron.
It wasn't from Stained. I can't
No,
remember
it wasn't
who it was, but he
Stained,
was
dude.
from like Skinded or
Yeah,
something
it was
like
something
that.
like
Anyway,
that. Yeah.
also another grungy band at the time.
Yeah.
That song for me is also one of the most defining Nickelback songs. So they have defining
And they
songs,
say that a
and it's a
hero
fucking brilliant
thing.
song. That movie would be nothing
Yeah.
without that song. That's
It's
the thing.
true, dude. Do you?
So
I almost want to say
sorry,
like
so
that.
Fox and I. Sorry, what I was getting to
Yeah.
is Fox and I have spoken about this when we were saying them Nickelback. So Nickelback, Alter Bridge, Creed, all of them excellent fucking musicians. It's
Yeah.
just that they choose to make the music that sells. So they choose the like sexy bar cowgirl music, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like the Coyote Ugly music,
They-
but
if
for
they-
chicks that drink whiskey.
Yeah, if they were starting out today, they would be
No,
making music for TikTok videos.
exactly.
Yeah.
But that's it. And I mean, their music still is being used in TikTok videos.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that would be
no.
their focus.
But that's exactly it. And they're just going with the times because at that time they also did the Rockstar. I
Yeah,
want to be
yeah.
a rock star. And
I
that was
wanna
just
be a rock star.
you know the words.
do
but
you
this is
feel-
the thing?
I almost want to say like they're a band for movies.
Yes. Yes,
Like they make
100%.
movie
But
music.
they're like a chameleon band.
You know
where
what I mean? Yeah.
They play whatever you need. They like
Yeah.
session. They like a session band that ends up on the radio.
That's it,
You
dude.
know?
Like they make music for movies, and then like those visuals come together, and then that's what creates the music. Every single one of their music videos probably has excerpts from like a movie, and then that's how like
like random famous rock stars and stuff like that. So even like that song Rockstar, it's a good song if you listen to it. It's funny because it's about social commentary and it's satirical. So I enjoy it because of the humor behind it.
Yeah,
and it's a good song. Like it's a well-written song. If you change the lyrics, it might not be received as well because it's got a fun vibe to it. Let's put it that way, because of the typical country chords that they use. So it's like your typical country progression.
Yeah.
But like even if you listen to the other stuff, Dark Horse, that whole album is dirty. It is dirty rock. It's like sexy southern dirty rock. You know, that's the thing. And it's like chicks that drink whiskey will fuck you to that.
Yeah,
that's like, I'm just going to be honest. Like, so
it's so hectic.
It's
we spoke
Britney
about your mom
whiskey,
earlier, dude.
Oh, hectic! What the fuck? I didn't even think of that. You are gross.
You brought this up, dude.
What the fuck, dude?
Patrick, my man.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's, Dad.
but like,
I want to be a cock star.
Oh, no, but it's like dirty, sexy. You're like,
I hear you, dude.
It's gross. It
feels
makes me feel
like there's
uncomfortable.
sand in the bed.
Yeah, like it makes me feel uncomfortable, but I'm here for it. You know?
It's like it's the wrong dirty sex.
Yes, yeah.
It's like,
it is.
I didn't mean it had to be unsanitary.
You know, like when you're watching a movie and a sex scene happens, and you're like, I should look away, but I'm intrigued. You know,
this was a bit unnecessary, but I'm glad they put it in.
Yes, yeah, exactly, exactly. Name of my sex tape. but that's exactly it. So it's like this, like really filthy rock, but it's like they try to do the southern rock, but don't do it as well. So you get like bands like Rival Sons. Rival Sons, they take that genre. Them, even not Norma Jean, the band very similar to Norma Jean. I can't remember their name now, but they take that and they'd fucking drag it, dude, and they make it their own. You know, that's the thing. There's a couple of like southern metal bands that do it really well, but Nickelback was just that southern metal band for the radio. Yeah. And it was popular. It was an anthem. You could sing along to it.
Yeah, it's like such a weird genre, dude.
They just
like
they needed to make money.
Metal,
that's the thing, you know.
It's so weird to call it metal, but it's like.
But it is kind of metal. It's like
country,
power metal.
Yeah,
it's like
power
dirty power metal. Yeah.
Yeah, power ballad.
Look, power metal is more like
ballad
theater.
I'd say like ballad metal.
Yeah, it is. It's like Dream Theater, Journey,
movie metal.
Yes, yeah. Like so, like the end of
mom metal.
Mom metal. what was that? What's that series? Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And they start when they're starting to fight Vecna. You know, before the second part. And then there's that whole thing where it's like
spoiler.
Yeah, sorry. And then it's that song from Journey where it's like, here we stand.
Yes,
you know, that's power metal. Like,
that's
when I think of power metal, I think of like Journey, you know, and the likes, and like Asia, and
yes.
I mean even Budgie to a certain extent.
Yeah. I feel like I had this conversation. I don't think we spoke about this on the podcast, but I had this conversation about
Nickelback.
No, just about like music in general and how like we won't have it because that Tracy Chapman,
Tracy Chapman thing.
She played at the Grammys, fucking killed it, and everybody was just crying, even watching the video like afterwards and going like, why does this make me fucking emotional?
So
yes,
I have the thing about this because even my mom, she was like, I don't know why I enjoy modern music that's being made, but why do I have such an attachment to old music? And it's an emotional thing. So because you may have listened to certain types of music or certain songs during your formative years, in terms of especially your teenage years, that's why you'll always go back to that music as it being a comfort thing. So it's almost like comfort food for your ears and for your emotional state.
That makes a lot more sense.
So like if if I'm having a bad day, the first song I put on is Ohio is for the Lovers by Hawthorne Heights. You know, and I'm like, I just want that like old school Midwest emo where like it's often just like a bunch of talking and some guitars in the background and then some dude with a fucked up mic with high treble going and I'm just like, I don't understand what he's saying, but I'm happy.
But I vibe with it.
Yeah, it's like Senses Fail as well. Like I said the other day, Senses Fail, Let It Enfold You is one of the most criminally underrated albums ever. So if you haven't heard that, go do that. And then also after that, check out a band called Legion of Doom. They remix all of these old emo songs. So they remix Dashboard Confessionals. They remix Senses Fail. They remix Hooperstank. They do all of this, and it's incredible. And that's it. So for me, I've got a massive attachment to old school, like it's funny, old school Christian 80s metal. So Striper and the likes. I don't know if you've ever listened to like Christian glam metal. Striper is one of the best.
But it's also like, so weird because
warriors for Jesus. And
I was going to say that's like one of the more obvious Christian bands.
Yeah, it is.
But they're fucking good, dude.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like Striper, their one album's literally called Isaiah 1 verse 9 or something like that. And I'm like, they are definitely not Christian. And it's like these dudes dressed in tight leather. They literally dressed like Twisted Sister, but they're like, we're here for Jesus.
And Jesus was like, I don't listen to this.
I don't fucking know. What the fuck is this?
It's like, I'd rather let Nickelback in, dude.
I was waiting on a different story. but like that's the thing. So I've got this like soft spot for like this porno like ballad metal, and also like all of this like Midwest emo.
But it's an appreciation for music, then.
But this is the thing. So is it an appreciation for music? Because if those bands had to come out today, today I listened to a band called 400 Pound Back Squat, right? Yeah. And it's literally this wizard back squatting a guitar that looks like it weighs 200 kilograms. Okay, that's the album art. Listen to it, and I was like, this is literally just Hawthorne Heights, but in 2024. Yeah. And it doesn't translate very well.
So my whole argument when I was putting this up on Twitter was saying like, again, going back to fucking arguing with people.
On Twitter.
No. I wasn't arguing. I just like
you made the statement.
Quote posted now. I guess it's called that Tracy Chapman thing. And I was like, what is going to be the song that we see in like 60 years? Because that song is 60 years old. Yeah. It was made in 1989.
Really?
1989 or 1987.
I was going to say that's not 60 years old.
1987.
No, it's still not 60 years old.
No, wait. So let me find this date, dude.
I was going to say, because
I don't think it was
off
60.
the Tracy Chapman self-titled album, which was released, I'm pretty sure, in 1979.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or even 83. If I'm not mistaken, if my music serves me well. But that's because, like, I mean...
1988.
Okay, 88. So it's the same age as you.
36, 1989. But yeah, she wrote it for me.
Close, yeah.
Anyways, so like
I was driving in a fast car, dude.
And I said, "Who's gonna dance?"
Oh yeah, and she was like, "I've got a song for you, my boy, my man." So I mean that's a 36-year-old.
Yeah, I was saying like in 36 years from now.
Yeah,
which is so. This is how it added up. Okay. It's 2060. That's the 60 that was in my mind. What song are we going to be playing the Zeitgeist? Is it going to be some fucking Nicki Minaj?
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? It's like, what is going to be that song? And my whole thing is like, we've lost the art of music. And I don't think it's I think it's more on the listener side than an artist side. Because on a listener side, we've got access to so much of...
We're less critical.
Yeah, because we know music. But you know why? Well, in my opinion, I think it's because we don't give any songs a lifetime. So we go like, it's like the next song's going to come out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So it's not like Clint Eastwood, which is still a fucking banger.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like when those songs come out, it's like, holy shit, this thing's fucking cool. So what is that song that's being made now? You know?
So for me,
it's nothing popular. It's nothing on TikTok, nothing on the radio. Those things saturate the market. They fucking kill it. Dude.
So this is the thing. So like if you look at a guy like, say, for example, Zach Bryan. He's got a song called Hey Driver. And for me, that song is
brilliant.
Timeless. For me, that's a timeless song. And if you listen to it, it's incredible. The vocals, the music, the live blending and the live mixing. And he's got live artists there with a grand piano and shit like that. And you wouldn't say
well
it,
composed.
But it adds to it. And even if you look at the original recording of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car, that was recorded somewhere acoustically with a microphone just in front of her. Not a plug-in.
No.
Not a plug-in mic. You know, or plug and pick up on a guitar sort of thing. So I think it's the way that these things are recorded as well. And like last night I actually if you look there behind you with the amps, I changed my amp out for a different amp, so it's sounding a lot better now on the record player. And last night I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a sneaky whiskey and just put on a vinyl before load shedding at 10. So I was like, cool. I put on Paris Supertramp, and it's their live show in Paris. Oh, and it is fucking incredible. And that as well for me, like that album is timeless. You know, there's a lot of these things, but like you say, it's nothing popular, because if you can't tell me that a song like Ice Spice with this new fucking lyrics of hers that's like, you think you're the shit, but you're not even a fart.
Yeah,
you cannot. You cannot, with all due fucking respect. I know she makes a lot more money than I do.
Oh yeah, but sure, but it's like on consumerism. It's us, dude. It's our fucking fault.
We're not critical enough.
It's our fault, dude.
Why are we settling for lyrics like that? That's my problem. Why the fuck are we settling for lyrics like that?
But I think it's because music's scientifically written now, instead of being like written by musicians. You know what I mean? Like so back in the day, somebody sat with a guitar and they put something together that sounded brilliant.
More than words.
Yeah.
By Extreme, right?
Literally, I was about to talk about it.
So that's my favorite. And there's I think I think it is in School of Rock, where Jack Black's like, you can't tell me that doesn't have emotion. He's like, that's literally two dudes playing guitar at each other.
Yeah.
Not with each other. At each other.
Yeah.
And they literally, like, their souls are bare. Like, that's the thing. Like,
but it was written with emotion.
But that's
it's not,
and it is.
Now
it's
it's like, what chords elicit happiness?
Yes.
What
so
chords?
It's that axis of awesome.
Yes.
Like, there's a chord progression, the 4 chords of awesome. There's a chord progression that's going to make me the most money and go for
and that's what everybody writes their shit by.
And this is like the thing circling back. See, look at this. We're going all the way back to Taylor Swift. So this Taylor Swift and Bon Iver thing, like that song, that Exiled song. At first, when I heard it, I was like, "Ooh!" Actually, like I said to Britt, I was like, "It's a beautifully written song." I think she should have been singing his parts. He should have been singing her parts. When I listened to it, I hadn't listened to it for the year. Let's call it about a year. Recently, now in December, I listened to it again, and I actually I took my time, listened to it with headphones again, and I was like, let me take the time to understand what the song's about. Listen to the lyrics, listen to what they're saying to each other, sort of thing. It's a beautiful story about how these people fall out of love. And that's the reason why it's called Exiled, is because it feels like this person was their town, it was their life, it was their country, and then all of a sudden they get exiled, where they get kicked out of this person. So they get kicked out of this whole life. And it's beautiful. And that's why he says, so step right up. I'm dying to see you for this time. And then she talks about how, it feels like, I think I've seen this all before, but it doesn't have the ending. You were my rock, you were my whatever, you were my
rock,
safe
my cock,
house.
my V8 block, dude.
Yeah, is that a bi-engine? Straight engine. But yeah, anyway, so it's like it's super emotional, and it is. It's beautifully written, but the rest of her stuff couldn't be asked.
See, because it's not written by her, dude. I don't know.
No,
maybe
she,
it is.
She does write a lot of her lyrics, but like the thing is, that's
maybe
a joint
she should
venture.
stop.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so sick of fucking hearing about music about the same shit all the time. But I'll take it back to Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
With Gorillas. That's not about fucking love. It's not about drugs. It's not about bitches,
so
dude.
Pumped Up Kicks. Pumped Up Kicks is literally
about a school
shootings.
shooting.
What the fuck? But you know who did that back in the day? Nirvana.
Exactly.
Literally.
Dude. But listen to
load
all of those.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. Come as you are. It's literally load up on guns and bring your friends.
Shootings, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, but like you listen to all of those songs. All of those songs that are written by all of the big, like those timeless bands, dude. Foo Fighters, all of these guys.
Nirvana.
None of that shit is written on this simple formula of talking about bitches, drugs, and love.
Bro, Prince, Purple Rain.
Dude.
That's about love. But you cannot tell me that. But it's not about bitches and money. It's literally just about emotion.
It's emotion,
it's about how this person
It's emotion.
Feels. It's raw.
It's emotion. It's not about. See, that's the thing is like when people talk about love in music nowadays, it's either like, oh, my heart is broken,
fuck you.
or it's about sex, dude.
But that's exactly it. So there's there's a place for it, 100%.
Yeah, sure, but fucking not on my playlist.
No, but that's it. Like, and you can't tell me. So like, what's his name that won the Grammy now for Best Rap Album? Killer Mike. Killer Mike, for if those of you that don't know, he's got a documentary on Netflix called Killer Mike. And it's like Killer Mike upsets people basically. But basically he goes to old white people and he's like, why the fuck were you racist? Sort of thing. And then these old white people are like, well, like it was back in the time, but I'm not racist now. I've come to learn and et cetera, et cetera. And he goes to play chess with these people and shit like that. You must actually watch it. It's a brilliant fucking documentary. And it's just like a 7-part series where he confronts white guilt and or not white guilt, white privilege and shit like that. Really, really cool. So he won Rap Album of the Year, which in my opinion is not his best work. I'm going to be honest. I've listened to a lot of his stuff. It's, in my opinion, it's diverse. It's different from his other stuff. And it won Best Rap Album because I think it was just very different to the shit that's being put out, like mumble rap and stuff like that. But the problem is you've got guys like Logic, you've got guys like even Action Bronson, you've got guys like what's his name? Well, we had what's his name? MF Doom.
Yeah,
so like all of those things,
MF
like
Doom,
and that's exactly it. Like you had all of these great rappers, and even then you can say, okay, well, if we're talking about a different genre, so not folk, like what rap song is 35 years old that is like the fast car of Tracy Chapman's to this day? And there will be one. That's the thing.
Dude,
there will be
so
one. There
many.
will be one for ballads. There will be ones for jazz. There will be ones for classical music. This is the thing. But you cannot tell me that most of the music that is being produced today on a pop level,
it's not going to last.
It's not lasting.
It's not lasting.
Superficial.
It's not built to last, dude.
Even like Dua Lipa. I fucking love Dua Lipa songs because it's good for like a sing-along. But
yeah, I mean, she brings up the next one and carry on, dude.
But that's
you know what I mean?
It's like this regurgitated fucking sausage machine of content, and it's horrible.
And like, I feel bad for going after these two bands, but Prime Circle and Polytones, they were great.
Yeah,
until they weren't. Like Polytones, it became like the entire album was like one long song that they just cut into like 5-minute segments. And I used to love the Oaks. Like, I mean, I've got no problem with the guys. I'm not the target market anymore. Yeah, 100%. But that's what I I just grew tired of it. My most played playlist right now on Spotify, if people want to, I mean, my Spotify playlist are open there, but it's called Nostalgic Vibes.
Yes.
And it's all the rap, rock, metal,
I went through that, and
it's all the stuff from old games.
It's like Action Bronson's like Blue Chips album, which is like his first album, sort of.
But it's all the stuff from like Tony Hawk's
Tribe Called Quest, and Pusha T and stuff like that.
It's such a sick, dude. I sit and I just listen to that music, and I'm like, it makes me emotional, dude, because I'm like, where are our poets now, dude? Like Kendrick Lamar, amazing, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
J. Cole,
incredible.
Fucking incredible, dude. Like oaks like that are killing it.
What's that one from J. Cole? Middle Child. Holy fuck,
dude. They're being numbed. They're not being numbed. They're being suppressed. That's what I'm saying. Like there's so much noise around them, and I call it noise because it is. It's noise that makes us happy, and then it disappears, and they replace it with other noise that makes us happy.
But you know why? It's because we're just in chasing the next endorphin high.
That's it.
That's exactly.
But that's all that music's made for,
the next
dude.
Fucking dopamine high. Because in
what
2 years'
song have you
time,
listened to now that's made you emotional, dude?
Emotional.
From today,
from today.
Like this music.
So so from today, there's that Zach Bryan, Hey Driver. That one's like, because I listen to the lyrics and I'm like, oh, this is.
But
hectic.
Music that's popping up on radio and stuff. There's
so
fucking nothing, dude.
Because it's just for the uts and then it's
There's
gone.
nothing.
That's it.
I like to think about how Linkin Park carried us through our saddest years. Like there was and dude, I look back and I listen to those albums now. I'm like, holy shit, that guy was broken.
So I think the closest you get to a guy like that would be, or to Linkin Park would be Juice WRLD. So I don't know if you listen to Juice WRLD a lot, but like at first I was like, oh, fucking, it's just another mumble rapper, and then I was listening to it and I was like, this is fucking depressing. But he's singing about his emotions.
What's it, XXXTentacion?
Yes,
I think I don't know how to say his name, but I listen to his music a lot.
But that's like even Juice WRLD,
great,
and that's the thing. It's like it's intense, and even like Run the Jewels. There's that whole song. It's actually just called RTJ. So Run the Jewels. If you go listen to that, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. There's so few.
It's been suppressed,
there's so few artists that make you feel something nowadays. Like that elicit an emotional response. Yeah. You know, and that's it. Like I still listen to a lot of old school opera music still because of just the emotion, like Mio Bambino Caro by Puccini. And that's literally about
a journey, man.
But that's exactly it. It's about this.
You feel so many
losing
emotions.
Her child, and it's unreal. If you don't even have to understand the lyrics to fucking understand the emotion. That's the thing.
That's the thing. It's like,
and often I find there's so speaking sort of about popular bands. So like often I find bands that are from different countries, from countries other than ours or languages other than ours. So La Santa Cecilia, for example,
God, love them.
Absolutely incredible. Natalia Lafourcade.
Who's that band that you sent me? That They do they've got that Mexican set.
Oh yes,
What are they
I
called,
can't remember
dude? I
the
can't
ones
remember. I
that
was trying to
spoke
look
French.
Yeah, I was trying to
And
find
then
them
we
the
were
other
like,
day, dude.
and then they spoke English, and we were like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" And then we were like, "Oh, we thought
they're
this was
speaking
French,
English,
but
like
they
it's
speak
English lyrics.
It's not Groove Jet. I can't remember.
can't
Or
remember.
Dynamic. I think they're called Dynamic or
I
something.
can't
like
remember,
that.
but
Anyway.
dude, that music was
And they
so
go through such a flow.
dude.
But like that's the thing. Like Natalie Lafourcade, she does a whole like half an hour documentary. It's actually a half an hour music video, but a live performance of all these different folk performers in Mexico. And it's often this folk music that has more of a story to tell because they want to tap into the emotion more than someone that just wants to get drunk and fuck sort of thing.
dude,
You know,
but
and there's nothing. I've got nothing against it. That's your prerogative. That's cool. But
I'm not
it
trashing
just- it
anybody's
has-
music. I'm just saying, like,
but
where
it just
has
has
it
no
gone,
emotional
man?
value. That's the thing. It's
It's not trashing people's music. It's just
No.
I feel so bad that people are missing out on what music did for us.
Yeah, but I think it's also, for me, it upsets the fact, and I mean, people put different amounts of value to different things, and
Of
sure, I get
course,
that.
yeah.
But for me, you can't tell
Emotional
me
TikTok
that,
dances now instead of music.
Yeah, but that's it. You can't tell me that somebody like Ice Spice belongs in the call
Hall
it,
of Fame
you know,
or
the Hall of
whatever.
Fame. Yeah, the Rock and Roll
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. Eminem was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And it like that's the misconception is it's not rock and roll. It's just
No,
music
it
Hall
was
of
just,
Fame.
yeah.
More likes.
But I mean,
it's also,
Eminem
I
did
think-
so much, dude.
But that's it.
He
So,
carried
but-
the industry for so fucking long.
But you should have
dude.
guys like MF Doom in there, Tribe
Oh,
Called
yeah,
Quest.
100%.
You know, even what's it?
Dude, how are a Tribe Called Quest
Wu-Tang.
not in there?
But Wu-Tang
Dude,
Clan
Wu-Tang.
as well. Fucking
Bro,
incredible, dude.
I listened to
Those are
Wu-Tang
going to be
on
my next
repeat.
vinyls
Oh,
that
is
I
it?
buy. Is Wu-Tang
Dude, they're so
and Tribe
beautiful.
Called Quest. And that's it.
You've got an MF Doom.
No, I've got Aesop Rock. I've got 2 Aesop Rock
Okay.
vinyls. So I've
'Cause the
got
MF
Journey
Doom
Through the
have those,
Spirit
like,
World.
Crazy graphics on them.
He's got one. It's the
I love MF Doom.
the
dude.
one with him sitting at the school desk.
Yes, dude.
I want to buy that
it's
because
so good.
it's actually at a decent price now. So I'm going to actually probably look at buying that. But also, fucking The Re-Education of Lauryn Hill. One of the
Yes.
greatest albums of all time. And that literally is only well known for, what's that song? Killing Me Softly by the
Yeah.
Fugees.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's on The Re-Education of Lauryn Hill, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, hectic. I didn't
It's
know
one
that.
of the best albums. It's actually, I think, rocking. It's in the Rolling Stone top 100 or top 50 albums of all time.
Talking about albums,
Yeah.
we got a good friend, Mihao,
Oh yes.
he was looking through a crate.
Yeah.
So he was telling me he's got a crate that has 2,000 records in it.
Oh, lekker.
He's been through 200. In that, he found the Dirty Funker Future
Yeah.
album, which has Banksy art on it,
Yes.
which is authentic
Yeah.
Banksy art that's on it as
Yeah.
well.
Well, legal. Let's put it that way. So like Banksy
Banksy
gave the
authorized
permission.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
he authorized it.
I mean, the album's in a bit of like, I mean,
it's
weathered.
not in the greatest state. I'm going to be honest and say that's in like.
Yeah, it was in a crate. You can see it was in a crate.
So as a collector's piece, 100% you can keep it because you're not going to get the value for it that it's worth. But you can say you've got a piece of art. That's the thing.
So the sales history on this thing, if it was in mint condition,
that's on. It's an app called. I'll tell you. Discogs. Discogs.
Okay,
yeah.
so this shows you like the sales history.
Trends. Yeah.
The maximum price that this album is being sold for is $19,260.
Yeah. So this is the scary thing about
found it in a
vinyls. Yeah, but this is the scary thing about
Crazy,
vinyls and
dude.
value. So like I have the Who Rainbow Demon, right? That vinyl for that year, and it's because it's a first edition pressing. That one that I have that I play is worth about $400,
Yeah.
right? But to me, it's worth more
Oh, of course,
spinning
dude.
than it is me selling it.
Oh, of
But
course.
like Max has the Rodriguez collection, so after the fact, cold fact, and before the fact, or whatever it is. But yeah, those albums, he's got all 3. He's got them. He's got 3 of them, probably like 2 of each in varying conditions. Some of it was like, cool, for the 3 of your best condition. So one of each of the best condition, I'll offer you 18 grand. for 3 vinyls. Dude.
Shit. Did he say
Max
yes?
is no, he's collecting them because that's
Yeah,
what he,
yeah,
I mean,
of
that's
course.
his hobby. He
I mean,
collects them.
it's worth more to him,
I can
right?
tell you now he didn't pay that for them. I can tell you now he didn't pay that for them, but he'll make that money eventually. But that's it. Like a Muse collector's box, you're looking at about 2,000 Rand. The Metallica Black album that they just released.
Yes.
So it's the Black Collection, 10,000 Rand. The Linkin Park Meteora 20th anniversary edition so it comes with 4 vinyls, 2 DVDs, and I think 2 CDs because of the quality of the things. And lyric books and stuff like that you're looking at about 5 grand. So just that's just to give you a perspective on collector's edition stuff, and then things like that are just fucking anomalies of 19,000 fucking Rand for a vinyl. It's unreal. It is unreal.
It's crazy.
What does that say?
We're running out of space on this, so we're going to have to call it. But
what's the question for this week?
So we didn't ask the question properly from last week because I was off of Twitter, so I didn't release the question.
So what I want to do
is
I'd either so we
do you want to roll it forward or do you want to?
So I'd actually I want to see sort of what is in 35 years time. What is the song you still going to be listening to?
I like it.
So in 2060 or 30, that's 36 years. Let's say in 2060,
what's a song from today that will last
that you're still going to be listening to?
Yeah. Today, modern music. Yeah. I like it. That's really cool.
And then also, so do you want to do that, or do you want to say what is a song that is 35 years old?
No, dude, I like your question. I think it's cool. So, what's
a song from
today that
I just said it louder?
What's a song from today that you will be listening to in
2060?
That's a really, really good question.
Sure. Think about it. Sleep on it. Because, I mean, I think my answer was still subpar. Because there's a lot of metal stuff that I'd also still listen to because it's emotional. It's emotional metal.
It really is. It's crazy. And then we always have to end on another strange fact.
Ooh,
Do you have something?
Do I have something? No, I used the one about the raccoons. That's the one that I keep in my back pocket, dude.
What?
The size of a person's. I'm sure we
haven't spoken about that, dude.
So raccoons can squeeze into gaps of, I think they said something like 3 inches, and the human anus can enlarge or stretch safely. Let's say that up to something like 7 inches. So you can basically fit 2 whole raccoons
side
in
by
your
side.
asshole.
They can both go in holding hands. They can fit into your butthole.
Hugging like
filthy animals.
Like a little raccoon torpedo up your butthole.
Damn, dude.
That's wild, hey? I mean, don't try it, please. If you do, send pictures. But don't try it. Okay.
Send a video, dude.
Yeah, also, sorry, on that note, if you have any other whiskey recommendations, I realize we haven't actually mentioned that for the past 2, I think.
Yeah, I mean, send us whiskey recommendations.
Or
send us
whiskeys, You
can send us all types of...
If you know somebody at KWV or Baines or anything, just tell them to dial some samples for us, man.
But if you got anything on the shelf and you want to decant a little bit of it into a bottle and ship it off to us, do that. Send us some notes, write it down, write us a little story about how you got it.
Don't write Dear M, you still haven't written this letter. You still haven't drank my whiskey.
Dear Chinwags. Is it the end of our podcast?
No, that was Stan. But anyway.
I was like, dude, you did this I think last week. And
no, Albert did it. Albert was like, okay, cool, we're going to end this now. Because he was tired. He wanted to go home and look.
Guys, have a good week. We'll see you guys again next week.
Fact, dude.
No, we're ending on a raccoon fitting in your anus, dude. I love that, dude. That's a great title.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for listening and commenting and all the support so far. We really do appreciate it.
We got a lot of... On our last podcast, we got most of our viewership from America. So shout out to the Yankees.
Yeah, washing machine land.
Yeah, love you guys.
Land of freedom and units.
Foots and...
It's all Chuck's friends.
Yards.
Yeah. Go sports ball.
Go cheesesteak.
Go cheesesteak. But thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Joke, but thank you.
You guys be good out there. Yeah. There's a lot of shit in the world, so you guys go and change that.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in the world, so don't be part of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's about it. So
podcast.